Hi, everybody, from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Harry Callis with you, where tonight the Phillies take on the Buccos in a doubleheader. Our special guest, Tim McCarver, and of course the Phillies need one win to wrap it up in the Eastern Division. And Tim, are you excited?
Well, to say that I'm not excited would be foolish, and it'd be telling an untruth. But what you try to do in situations like this, Harry, is what we've tried to do, I think, as a club and individually, speaking from myself. You try to really key it down and try to relax as much as you possibly can and try to keep those lumps from coming into your throat as often as possible.
Tim, originally, Steve Carlton was scheduled to pitch game one. Now he's pitching the second game. Any reason for that change?
I think it's to get our bats to hit against Bruce Keeson primarily because we're both low ball hitters, Steve and I. And we would have a better chance against Keeson than we would against Blyleven. I guess that's Danny's thinking. I think it could go either way, to tell you the truth. I don't consider it a big deal. I think both Dick and Steve have earned the right to pitch in the clinching game, if there is a clinching game. And it could go either way. It doesn't really matter one way or the other to me.
If the Phillies clinch in game one, will Steve still be pitching in game two, and will you be out there?
I would imagine so. I'll be out there. I don't know if I'll be out there in the shape that I'd be in game one, but I'll be out there nevertheless.
Tim, you've been through these before. You've been through a lot of heart-wrenchers over the years, have you not?
Yes, I have. I don't think there's been, in my 17 years, Harry, but about 3 or 4 years that I haven't been on contending ball clubs. And it's a fallacy for, I think, fans to think that it gets old after a while, or that because you've been through it before that you can handle it. I think you're more capable of handling it, say, than a guy who hadn't been through it before. But it's very exciting. It's in our game. What the very essence of what we're out there for, why we play the 162 games, why it all boils down to 4 games. That, to us, is what is really fun about our game, the satisfaction after meeting a team head-on and hopefully beating them. It's a great amount of satisfaction in the game itself.
What is the closest race you've been involved in?
Well, it has to be the 64 season when we had the 10-game winning streak while the Phillies were losing 10 games, and Cincinnati and San Francisco were also in there. And we won the pennant the last day of the season. Of course, then it wasn't the playoffs, and we went right from the season into the World Series, which was a lot better. But had there been playoffs that year, I don't think we could have stood it, because I remember going to church that morning and saying some rather fervent prayers.
Timmy, everybody's talking about Pittsburgh's 22-game winning streak at home, and I think something ought to be said over the fact that the Phillies are 3.5 games ahead coming in to a 4-game series here, because the way Pittsburgh has played, had the Phillies not played well, it well could be level.
I don't think there's any question about it. The way Pittsburgh has played since the middle of August, since we took that trip to the coast, had we not performed up to the capable standards that we've been playing thus far, then we'd be out of the race, to be honest with you. We have the greatest amount of respect for this ball club, for Chuck Tanner. He's as optimistic a guy as you want to see, for Dave Parker, who in my mind gives as much on the field as anybody I've ever seen play the game, coupled with a great deal of talent, to Willie Stargell, who's got a great deal of talent, plus coming back at a great age, 36, and doing the job that he's done. They've got a fine ball club, and we have the greatest amount of respect for him.
Looking ahead to game 2, how do you pitch to a guy like Parker and Stargell?
We try to throw him, Parker in particular, we try to keep the ball off the plate. In my mind, Lefty's best stuff, or the best way he's pitched him thus far this season, Dave swung at balls, and I don't like to give him any strikes to hit. He's a bad ball hitter. He's a very aggressive hitter. Can hit a bad ball out of the ballpark. Willie's similar to that, but a little bit more patient than Dave.
Tim, Lefty, even though he's been bothered his last, 4 or 5 starts with the bursitis in the shoulder, still has won 5 of his last 6, although it looks like you're throwing a whole lot of breaking balls. Is the heater not there because of the shoulder?
Well, I don't think it's not there. I don't think that's exactly the words, but I don't think he has the velocity that he had earlier in the season because of his shoulder. We have been going to the breaking ball. I wouldn't say Lefty is primarily a breaking ball pitcher now, but I think that he utilizes all 3 pitches to the best of his ability, which is a great deal of ability. The reason that Steve has been a consistent winner throughout his career, particularly the last 5 or 6 years, is primarily because he has the ability to get the breaking ball over behind the hitter. That, more than anything, has made him the type of pitcher he is today.
Tim, thanks ever so much. Let's pop those corks tonight.
Okay, I'd love to, Harry. Thank you.
Tim McCarver, our guest. All of our guests on the pregame show receive a beautiful Seiko watch from the Seiko collection and gimbals. Seiko and Gimbals, a great team and a great city. We'll be back with a final word right after this.
We want to be your favorite store. We want to be your favorite store.
This week, Wilco features Arrow, the world's leading maker of storage buildings. A 10-foot by 6-foot Southport barn shed at only $119. Here's your chance to give your garage back to your car. Get this 10 by 6 genuine Arrow shed at Wilco's low price of $119. The Southport features a hot-dip galvanized frame that resists corrosion, a fully galvanized permaplate finish that won't chip, crack, or peel for weather-resistant protection, a never-fail door system, plus much more, and it's easy to assemble. So hurry to Wilco for your 10 by 6 Arrow shed on sale now for only $119. And remember, you can charge it at Wilco.
We want to be your favorite store. We want to be your favorite store.
Back at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Stay tuned for the ball games now. Doubleheader baseball. The Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bucco is going into this series having won 22 straight games at home. Phillies need one win to wrap up everything in National League East, so it should be quite a night. All the action will be coming your way in just a couple of minutes. In Game 1, it'll be Dick Ruffin and Bert Blyleven. And in the second game, Steve Carlton and Bruce Keeson. Stay tuned now for the ball games.
You've been listening to the Philadelphia Phillies pregame show, brought to you by the brokerage firm of Janney Montgomery Scott. Janney can help you get a better outcome from your income. And by Woolco Department Stores. They want to be your favorite store.
A great sale is here.
It's time to talk about time. It's Kimball's time.
Come to Kimball's anniversary. This sale comes once a year. Wait till you see the savings we've gathered for you here.
Kimball's anniversary sale is on.
And we've gathered great savings for your home and family.
Like machine wash and dry mattress pads, by the irregular as low as $12 for 2 twins, and regular sell at $14
We've
each.
gathered great savings on children's clothing, like 25 to 33% on Health Tech playwear for infants, toddlers, and little girls and boys.
Health-Tech polos, pants, overalls, coveralls, all kinds of playwear, especially priced at $249 to $849.
And wait till you see the savings we've gathered for men.
Like 30% off Gimbals, 100% acrylic sweaters, and Sean collar cardigans, and 100% Shetland wool sweaters.
Just $14.50 to $17.50.
Come save at Gimbals anniversary sale.
And you'll say, it's time to talk about time. It's Kimball's time.
At all stores, including new Gimbals Echelon.
It's 5:59 and KYW Sports. Pennsylvania opens its home football season tonight with Lehigh at Franklin Field. Kickoff 7:30. Jersey City's at Glassboro. Cheney at William Patterson. On the national scene, number 3 Southern California plays host to Michigan State. The 76ers play the New Orleans Jazz again tonight, this time at Biloxi, Mississippi. The Sixers will be home for a twin bill tomorrow night at the Spectrum, with the New York Knicks playing Washington in the opener, the Sixers playing the Celtics in the nightcap. NBA Commissioner Larry O'Brien told the Knicks today they have to send Lonnie Shelton $450,000 and a 1979 first-round draft pick to Seattle for signing Marvin Webster last month. The National Hockey League has fined the Flyers and the Rangers a total of $5,100 for a fight in a preseason game Tuesday night in New York. Former U.S. Open champion Hubert Green shot a 3 under 67 today to grab a 2-shot lead over Severiano Ballesteros after 2 rounds of the World Series of Golf. He's at 137, 3 under. He and Ballesteros are the only ones in the elite field of 26 under par. Nicklaus, 11 shots off the leader. This is KYW Philadelphia News Radio in the Delaware Valley.
Have you got the Phillies?
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Tasty Cake, whose cakes, pies, and cookies give you over 30 delicious ways to take a tasty break. Tasty Cake, all the good things wrapped up in one. and by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer, where you get grand slam deals on the most complete lineup of new cars in your area. By MAP Paints and the more than 300 paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers for the best paint you can buy. Gives you more years per gallon. And by Girard Bank, where George lets you be the banker, night and day. By the people in your town who bottle Coca-Cola. From the top of the first till the very last out, Coke adds life to baseball enjoyment. And by Acme Super Saver Markets, home of super savings every day. You're going to like it here at Acme Super Saver. By Champion Spark Plugs, treat your car to a fresh set of Champions. They're the world's #1 seller, and you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, where tonight the Phillies have a chance to clinch the National League Eastern Division title. I'm Andy Musser, along with Chris Wheeler. Harry Callis and Rich Ashburn will join us as the evening wears on. We've got a doubleheader here tonight, and there has been a change in pitching plans for the Phillies. Bert Blyleven is going to pitch this game for Pittsburgh, but Dick Ruthven has been moved from Game 1, or from Game 2 into Game 1 for the Phillies, with Steve Carlton now scheduled to pitch the second game. We'll get some comment on that from Chris in a moment when we come back to give you the lineups. Right now, the lineups are being exchanged at home plate by Coach Bobby Wine of the Phillies and manager Chuck Tanner of the Pirates. And we'll have them for you right after we pause for these messages.
You buy a luxury car because you want your money's worth of comforts. When that car is a Chrysler Cordova, you get your money's worth and more. Style, design, comfort, and the value of the year. Because now it's year-end cleanup time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, and that's the best time to buy. You get Cordova roominess, plush interiors, and a great feeling behind the wheel. See your Chrysler Plymouth dealer today while he still has a good selection of Cordovas. You'll get your money's worth of luxury and more.
How can I be the life of my party when I have to prepare a party for 20?
Order a party platter from the corner deli at Acme Super Saver. A platter of quality meats, cheeses, salads, breads, and pickles, sliced fresh, beautifully decorated, and Acme does all the work. And we'll whip up a platter for your next party in only 24 hours.
No one makes spicy Italian heroes like my Aunt Rosa.
Order the Italian treat platter. A spicy variety of Genoa salami, ham, capicola, pepperoni, provolone cheese, macaroni and potato salads, pickles and hero rolls, all fresh and ready to serve. Your aunt can make a different hero for everyone.
If it's this easy, how about a party for 200?
Every platter, the deluxe, economy, delight, international, or Italian, will be made fresh within 24 hours with a delightfully different array of meats, breads, cheeses, and salads. We do the work, you'll be the hero.
I'm the life of my party.
Party platters. You'll find them fresh at the corner deli at Acme Super Saver.
They came from across the sea, from Japan, Germany, England, Italy. Bright and eager to show what they could do. They were foreigners in a foreign land. But one thing that was true in the old country was also true in the new.
You can't buy a better club for any kind of car than Champion. You can't buy a better club no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's #1 in the world. #1 in your car.
Imports from every country find America is the land of opportunity. The opportunity to use Champions, the world's best-selling spark plug. The plug that wins more big races. For imports, you can't buy a better plug than Champion.
You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a better plug than Champion. You can't buy a...
has rendered our national anthem, and we're ready for baseball. A doubleheader in Pittsburgh tonight, and a chance for the Phillies to clinch the Eastern Division title as their magic number stands at 2. Here's Chris Wheeler with tonight's lineup.
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. In the first game, the Phillies will bat this way. Bake McBride will lead off and play right field. Larry Bowa, the shortstop, is batting number 2. Gary Maddox in center field batting 3. Greg Luzinski in left field hitting number 4. Richie Hebner is the first baseman. He'll hit number 5. Mike Schmidt at third base batting 6. Bob Boone is the catcher. In the first game, he'll hit number 7. Ted Sizemore at second base batting 8. The Phillies pitcher will be right-hander Dick Rusin. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, they'll go with Frank Taveras at shortstop. Omar Moreno will play center field. Dave Parker in right field hitting number 3. Willie Stargell at first base batting 4th. Ed Ott is the catcher. He'll hit number 5. Bill Robinson at third base batting 6. John Milner is the left fielder. He'll hit number 7. Phil Garner at second base. He'll hit number 8. And the pitcher right-hander Bert Blyleven.
This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Phillies solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Phillies is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast are retained by WPHL-TV, subject to the approval of the Phillies who employ Chris Wheeler. Announcements promoting attendance at Phillies games have been paid for by the Philadelphia Phillies. The umpires tonight for the first game, Paul Pryor has the plate, Terry Tata at first, Satch Davidson at second, and Ed Vargo at third. Now you can win even more money in the Daily News home run payoff. This season, every hit pays off, and tonight's payoff inning will be the 8th. And during tonight's Phillies game, each Philly that homers receives a free case of Tasty Cake and one for Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. The same goes for the Phillies' winning pitcher. Well, the Pirates are going to have one of their best crowds of the season. Needless to say, they have been a consistently good club at home over the last month and a half. And starting the ball game, they have won 22 consecutive home games. Really an amazing record. The National League mark is 26, and they would tie that if they would sweep the Phillies this weekend. Here's Bake McBride to lead it off against right-hander Bert Blyleven. Bill DeMar is at third, Tony Taylor coaching at first. The windup in the first pitch of the ball game is high, ball 1. Blyleven has won 14 and lost 10. His earned run average is 2.97. Bake is batting at 266. Next pitch to him is inside, 2-0 the count. Bake to be followed by Larry Bowa and Gary Maddox. Mike Schmidt was in the number 1 spot for the last game for the Phils at home at Veterans Stadium. Blyleven has the sign. Here's the 2-0 to McBride, a called strike on the inside corner. Blyleven featuring a fastball that's hard but can be straight, but he does have a great curveball and a pretty good changeup. The Phillies have beaten Blyleven 3 times this year. He has not beaten the Phils. Pitch on the way to Bake is a check swing, and he takes it low. 3 balls and a strike.
His best pitch is his breaking ball. He has as good a curveball as there is in baseball, and that's the pitch that he uses to really be effective. And when he's getting it over, he's murder. Right now to Bake McBride, the count's 3-1. He's thrown in 4 fastballs.
And the 3-1 pitch on the way. Top foul back out of play. And in and out of the Phil's television broadcast booth. Full count.
Well, they talk about us diving for cover. That was embarrassing to watch that act over there just then. You took about 2 chickens. Wow.
Have Harry and Whitey come up yet? I can't see their heads above the desk. Are they over there?
They're there, but they're scared. You can see it.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to McBride. Pop foul out of play off the third base side. Count holding full on Bake McBride. The Phillies have won 7 of their last 8 ball games. Technically, the Phillies lead the National League East by 3.5 games, but the more significant figure is the magic number at this point, and the Phillies need a victory, which would reduce a magic number of 2 down to 0. 1 Phil's win, 1 Pirates defeat. Here is a called third strike to McBride as he checks on the pitch, and it was in the strike zone, so McBride looks at a third one. 1 out for the Phillies. Here's Larry Bowa. Larry has batted safely in 7 of the last 8. He's hitting at .298. And Bowa starts the weekend only 9 hits shy of the 200 mark. Center fielder Moreno shading Larry well around to the left side. Here's the pitch to him. Into the letters, a called strike.
Blyleven is throwing fastballs. Like we said earlier, he's usually a breaking ball pitcher, but he's thrown McBride all fastballs, and Boa just got one.
And the one-strike pitch is a changeup outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Boa has 4 hits and 10 tries against Perth this year. 1 ball and 1 strike on Boa. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Here's Blyleven's next pitch. Curveball fouled toward first base. 1-2 the count on Boa. Blyleven getting his 34th start tonight. He has worked 11 complete games, including 4 shutouts. His ERA 2.97, but he has had no success against the Phillies. He lost to Carlton, and he twice lost to Dick Ruthven. Boa takes a called third strike on the outside corner. Larry, I believe, thought the pitch was indeed outside. He has been called out on strikes, as was McBride.
I think everybody's looking for a breaking ball right now, and he hasn't gotten one yet. He has not thrown a curveball yet, and that is very, very unusual for Blyleven. He's thrown 1 off-speed pitch, and that was a straight change to Boa.
Here's Gary Maddox, and the pitch to him is high, ball 1. I believe that was the curveball. Maddox batting at 286. 2 out, nobody on base as the Phils bat in the first inning. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike on Maddox. Gary, of course, has batted safely in 30 of 31, and right now he is hit in 10 in a row. Here's the windup by Blyleven, and the 1-1 pitch is a fastball inside. 2-1 the count. The last time the Pirates lost here was August 15th. The Cincinnati Reds beat them 4-3 in 10 innings, and it took a home run by Dan Driesen in the 10th to pull off that win over Pittsburgh. Inside on a breaking ball, 3-1 to Maddox.
The Pirate pitching staff is not afraid to come in on right-handed hitters, especially Lazinski and Schmidt, and also on Maddox. They'll do it a lot. They like to push you away with a fastball and then come back with the breaking ball away. That was a breaking ball that was in, but they throw a lot of fastballs in.
The 3-1 pitch to Gary is fouled away, and we've got a full count. Maddox hasn't had a whole lot of luck against Blyleven this year. He's 1 out of 9. 2 out, bases empty. First of this doubleheader just underway. The Phils and the Pirates to meet 4 times this weekend. Blyleven has the sign from Ott. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Maddox. It's outside, ball 4 on a fastball. Just missed it. And Gary is the first base runner of the ball game.
Just watching the television monitor, and the Pirates are going with some funny signs. Whether or not they think the Phillies are getting their signs, I don't know, but Ott has put down 2 fingers and thrown 3 different pitches off the same sign, so they probably have some kind of complicated set of signals, which you normally don't do unless there's somebody on base.
Here's Greg Luzinski batting at 261. Throw to first base. Maddox steps back in time. Greg starts the weekend 3 RBIs shy of 100. He's gotten 97 on 33 home runs. The pitch on the way to the ball, fastball away, ball 1. Luzinski 2 out of 8 off Blyleven this year, including a home run. Right-hander at the belt. Here's the pitch to Luzinski. Outside, 2-0 the count. Well, the Pirate bullpen is well rested. They've had a couple of complete games, and Kent DeColby, their ace reliever, has not worked since Monday night. And then he was called on for only 2 innings. DeColby leads the National League in appearances this year. The stretch by Blyleven. Here's the 2-0 to Luzinski. It's a pop fly down the right field line. Stargell is over. Second baseman Garner is over. Willie reaches in the stands, but he can't get it. The ball bounded in front of the first row. There are no fans in that section right now. Willie took a stab at it, but couldn't come up with it. 2 balls and a strike on Greg Luzinski. Maddox at first base following a walk. 2 out in the inning. Ball game just underway. Chris, when we have a moment, we'll get you to comment on the change of pitching plans by the Phillies, as we had understood that Steve Carlton was to have pitched the first game, and it will be Dick Ruthven. Now Blyleven steps off.
Well, the reason is because Keeson is so tough on right-handed hitters, they decided to go with Carlton and McCarver in the second game instead of the first game. That's basically the reason.
There goes Maddox. The 2-1 pitch is a pop foul out of play, first base side. Bruce Keeson to work the second game for the Pirates.
That's not to say that Blyleven is not tough, but
they have called catcher's interference on Ed Ott. Luzinski will go to first base. That'll be scored as an error on Ott. Luzinski will go to first base on catcher's interference.
Ed Ott just tipped Greg Luzinski's bat at the last second, and they awarded him first base on the catcher's interference. It's also no time at bat for the hitter.
Here's the ex-Pirate, Richie Hebner, fills at first and second with 2 down. Hebner is hitting at .286. Now Terry Tate, the first base umpire, is coming in. And they're asking that some of the television lights up here in the press box be turned off. Apparently they are distracting some of the players. So the game being delayed while the TV lights are turned off. Hebner standing in. Rich has done a good job batting against his ex-teammates this year. Here's the stretch by Blyleven. Pitch on the way to Hebner. It's inside, ball 1. Maddox at second base. Luzinski at first. 2 down. They'll be moving on anything. A scoreless ball game in the first. The Phils have had all the better of their competition with the Pirates this year, winning 10, losing 4. Here's a little pop foul. It may stay in play. Catcher Ott coming over toward the Phils dugout, and he takes it for the out. Hebner fouls out to Ott, and the Phils are retired in the first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. At the end of the happening, Phillies nothing, Pirates coming up.
Ever read the fine print on the famous Budweiser label? It's a real quality story. I quote, "This is the famous Budweiser beer. We know of no other brand produced by any other brewer which costs so much to brew and age. Our exclusive Beechwood aging process produces a taste, a smoothness, and a drinkability you will find in no other beer at any price. Budweiser, king of beers, brewed with the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt." Yeah, Budweiser's all-natural ingredients really do say it all. But next time you grab hold of a Beechwood-aged Budweiser, don't worry about reading the label. One swallow of that one-of-a-kind easy taste will tell you everything you really want to know. Because when you taste Budweiser, you've tasted beer at its golden best.
When you paint this year, select the paint that lasts longer. MAB Seashore House Paint. It gives you more years per gallon. In fact, it's the best paint you can buy. That's because MAB Seashore House Paint was especially designed for the harsh, rugged weather conditions on the shore, like wind, rain, sun, and especially salt air. So when it comes to painting your home, inside or out, think of MAB in the more than 300 MAB paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers. Bank AmeriCard and Master Charge accepted.
In the first inning, their shortstop, Frank Tavares, will lead it off. Tavares batting at .276. Joe Lynette coaching at third base, and Al Monchak at first for Pittsburgh. Here's the windup by Ruthven, and the first pitch by Dick is over for a strike call.
The key to this Pittsburgh Pirate team in beating them is to keep Tavares and Omar Moreno off the bases. They're tremendous base runners and scoring threats.
Here's the next pitch, and he runs up as if to bunt, but takes it for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tavares. Ruthven has won 15 and lost 11. Here's the next pitch. Check swing dribbler down the first baseline. Ruthven fields, and the ball is dropped. Everybody's safe. Be a base hit for Tavares, a dribbler down the first baseline. Ruthven tried to tag him, but the ball dropped free, and Tavares is safe.
Ruthven threw a good pitch to Frank Tavares there. He got it in on him, and it hit him. And Ruthven at the last second was going to try and let that ball go because he thought Tavares was going to run right by him, and he wouldn't be able to tag him. And the ball showed no signs of going foul. It just stayed right down in fair territory, and it'll be an infield hit for Tavares.
That brings up Omar Moreno, left-handed batter. Moreno hitting at .236. Moreno leading the National League in steals. He's gotten 68. Here's the stretch by Ruthven. And a lob throw to first base. Taveras is back. Taveras, of course, holds the Pirate record for stolen bases. He had 70 last year. This year, Taveras not been quite as successful. He's gotten 44. Another throw to first. He's back. Ruthven ready to work. Pitch on the way to Moreno. Blocks the bunt. It's over for a strike call. One strike on Moreno.
Ruthven has an excellent move to first base, and runners do not get big jumps on him normally. He also will throw some breaking balls and change-ups, and this is to Omar Moreno's benefit when Taveras is on, because you'll see fastballs for the most part.
Throw to first base, and again, Taveras back. Ruthven getting his 33rd start tonight, his 21st in a Phillies uniform. And since rejoining the Phillies, he has been nothing short of sensational. The pitch is bunted first base side. Ruthven fields, throws to first base in time for the out. A sacrifice for Moreno. Taveras takes second base. One down in the inning, and it brings up a very hot batter, Dave Parker. Has really been on fire. He has batted safely in 14 of 16. His .332 average leads the National League. And he is also in front in RBIs now with 115. Here's the stretch by Ruthven, and the first pitch to Parker. Fastball is low, ball one. The Pirates have been heavy hitting team here in September. 28 home runs within this month for Pittsburgh. Here's Ruthven's next pitch. It is high. 2-0.
One of the reasons Parker's hitting so well is because of the big guy in the on-deck circle, Willie Stargell. He just can't pitch around Dave Parker because Stargell's been so hot, and that's what makes your three-hitter so important.
The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul toward the Pirate dugout. Parker in front of a changeup, and he fouled it off. 2 balls and a strike to Big Dave. Parker says, when the leaves turn brown, I'll have another batting crown. And sure enough, after a slow start, he has rallied to lead now by a sizable margin, about 15 points. The 2-1 pitch. A little looper into left field, or hit a little harder than I thought, and caught by Luzinski. The ball went the opposite way, and the Bull stayed with it for the out. Staying at second base is Taveras. That was more than a looper, really, but Parker did go the opposite way and lines out to Luzinski.
Well, that ball pulled drag, too, because he didn't think it was going that far. It's really loud here in Pittsburgh, and the fielders will not be able to hear what the ball sounds like coming off the bat. So when the guy goes to the opposite field like that, your first indication is to come in for the ball. And that's what Greg did. He came in for the ball, and Parker's so darn strong that he had hit a lot harder than Greg thought he did, and he made a good play going back on him.
Here's Willie Stargell with the amazing average of .297. The pitch to Willie. Outside and low, ball one. What a year this guy has had. 26 homers and 90 runs batted in. Stargell, the veteran first baseman. The 1-0 pitch to Willie is a ball off his bat. Grounded to shortstop. Bo has got to throw across is in time. So the Pirates retired in the first. No runs, 1 hit. 1 man left on base. We go to the second, no score.
I'm a freelance writer, and I work some crazy hours. So I need a bank that can handle it. My bank is Gerard. With George, I do my banking night or day on my schedule. And now with George Bank by phone, I can pay my bills or check my balance just about anywhere there's a phone. I like doing business with creative people. I get the feeling Gerard does, too.
Night and day, George lets you be the banker. At Gerard Bank. We're there when you need us.
You're really going to save money this weekend because Penn Jersey's having a Goodyear tire sale. They've made a special purchase of first-quality Goodyear tires so you can get prices like these. Goodyear all-weather B7813s from $17.95 plus FET. Goodyear polyglass white wall radials from $34.95 plus FET. Go to Penn Jersey before 6 p.m. on Saturday.
We've got parts and service that you should try. Quality at a price you can't drive by.
Should the Phillies advance to the National League Championship Series against the Dodgers, the first game will be played in Philadelphia next Wednesday with the pregame ceremony starting at 8 p.m. and game time 8:30. The second game will be played the following day at 2:30 with the pregame show starting at 2. The playoffs are sold out. However, an announcement for the purchase of standing room tickets will be made at the time of a clinch by the Phillies. Also, details for the sale of World Series tickets for a possible series in Philadelphia will be in Philadelphia area newspapers. We go to the second inning, and Mike Schmidt leads it off for the Phillies. We're scoreless in Pittsburgh, game one of a doubleheader. And the Phillies need one victory to wrap up their third consecutive Eastern Division title. Schmidt is batting at .252. Here's the first pitch by Blyleven. And a curveball is high, ball one. Schmidt, Boone, and Sizemore to bat in the second inning for the Phillies. Each team had runners in the first. Neither could force anything across. And the 1-0 pitch is bounced toward shortstop. Tavares has it. Here's his throw across. It is in time. Schmidt grounds out to Tavares, the shortstop. That's one out in the second. And that'll bring up Bob Boone. Boone is batting at .279. Mooney having a good year. Blyleven winds, and here's the pitch to Bob. It's in for a called strike. Boone has been unable to hit against Blyleven in 6 previous plate appearances this season. And the one-strike pitch to him is a changeup foul toward first. Blyleven ahead of Boone, 0-2. Here in Pittsburgh this year, the Phillies have lost just one ball game. And the reason we're playing a doubleheader tonight is because of a rainout on the 5th of August. The 0-2 pitch to Boone is a curveball low and outside, 1-2. Earlier this season, the Phillies did sweep a doubleheader in Pittsburgh. That was on August 4th. The 1-2 to Boone. He reaches for a high changeup and pops it into shallow center field. Second baseman Garner is back, and Boone is out. 2 away in the second inning. It brings up second baseman Ted Sizemore. Size batting at .225. Phillies batting in the second inning. Bases empty, 2 down. There's no score in this ball game. And here's the pitch to Sizemore. Curveball low, ball 1. In the month of September, the Phillies have won 18 and lost 10. Sizemore fouls off a pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitchers in the second game, Steve Carlton and Bruce Keeson. The first game matchup, Dick Ruthven against Bert Blyleven. And the 1-1 pitch to Sizemore, swing and a miss at a fastball. Size has 3 hits in 6 previous plate appearances against Bert. The windup and the 1-2 pitch to Sizemore, he fouls it away. Blyleven was born in Holland. He's 27 years of age. And this is his 9th year in the big leagues, but first in the National League. He was the American League Rookie Pitcher of the Year in voting by the Sporting News back in 1970, when he won 10 and lost 9. Bouncing ball to third base. Bill Robinson has it. Throw across in time, and Sizemore is out. Phillies retired in order in the second. At the end of 1.5, 0-0.
It's on now. Operation Top Cat at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. He's closing out all of his 78 cars to make room for the 79s. This includes his 78 smaller cars like the Mercury Monarch and Zephyr. Monarch, the precision-sized Mercury with room for 5. And Zephyr, one of the most exciting Mercuries to come along in years. Mercury Monarch, Mercury Zephyr. They've got to go now during Operation Top Cat. Don't you miss it, because your Lincoln Mercury dealer is ready to trade and sell at the sign of the cat.
There are 2 things I remember back in '58. I spent more on oil for my hair than on oil for my car. And I bought my first Chevy. It's also the year I started using Champions. Now in '66, I remember 2 more things. A silver Corvette and a redhead named Georgette.
No matter where you are, Champion.
This this year, I got myself a Chevy wagon. And 4 more things to remember. Billy Jr., Billy Joe, Billy Jean, and Billy Bob. Now, I've had a lot of different kinds of Chevys over the years, but one kind of spark plug champion.
You can buy a better plug for any kind of car than Champion. Champion. You can buy a better plug no matter where you are than Champion. Champion's number 1 in the world. Number 1 in your car.
Did I forget someone? Did I forget Billy Jack?
Let's pause for station identification. The Phillies Baseball Network.
And it's 6:32. This is KYW News Radio, Philadelphia. AccuWeather says clear and cool tonight. Sunny, increasing cloudiness tomorrow. 63 degrees clear on Independence Mall.
Ed Ott will lead it off for Pittsburgh in the second inning. The left-handed batting catcher is hitting at .266. Here's the windup by Dick Ruthven in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Ott. Pirates got 1 hit in the first inning. A dribbler by Tavares. He was sacrificed to second, but then Parker lined out and Stargell grounded out. Ott takes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. He'll be followed by Bill Robinson and John Milner as the Bucks bat in the second inning of a scoreless ball game. We talked about the Pirate home record. Overall, Pittsburgh has won 11 of its last 14. Here is a curveball popped into left field. Luzinski, or rather Mike Schmidt, taking it at third base. It didn't go as deep as we thought. Ott popping up, and Schmidt at third base made the catch. So there's 1 down in the inning.
Both pitchers tonight really mixing their pitches up. Blyleven throwing good fastball, curveball, and changeup. And Ruthven the same 3 pitches. He'll mix in a slider once in a while, but for the most part, they throw the same 3 pitches, and they're both been very effective so far tonight.
Bill Robinson, a guy who has hurt the Phillies in years past, and a ground ball to third base. Schmidt has it close to the line. His throw across the diamond in time, and Robinson is out on 1 pitch. Robinson grounds out to Schmidt at third. That's 2 down in the second inning, and it brings up left-handed batting left fielder John Milner. Milner carrying a .275 average. Two out, nobody on base. Pirates batting in the second. We're in the twilight here in Pittsburgh, and right now the entire field is covered by shade. No sunlight sneaking in at all. Miller takes low, ball 1. A pleasant night for baseball in Pittsburgh, though we are told the temperature is going to dip pretty low before the night is over. The 1-0 pitch is in for a called strike. 1-1 to John Milner. Milner, the ex-Met, spending his first year in a Pittsburgh uniform. Here's the windup, and the 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball, nubbed off the end of his bat to Boa at short. Larry throws, and it's in time at first for the out. Pirates go down in order in the second. At the end of 2, 0-0 now, time for a tasty break.
Tasty cake is a day in spring, a brand new love or a golden ring. Tasty cake is the morning sun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one. Tasty cake is a disco sea, a song they sing for you and me. Tasty cake is a world of fun, it's all the good things wrapped up in one.
At Tasty Cake, fall means back to school time and back to filling up little lunch boxes with great tasting cake. So now Tasty Cake has back to school savings. It's 15 cents off or more on family packs of delicious chocolate cupcakes, crimpets, creamies, and treats. Wonderful ways to treat your crew to the goodness of Tasty Cake that they're so famous for. Look for this deal at your favorite store and take 15 cents off or more on Tasty Cake family packs. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
Well, when and if the Phils clinch the division title and head for Los Angeles, we'd like to have you go along, and Getaway Travel has the way all mapped out for you. Call them at area code 215-742-6400 and find out about their trip. $499 per person, double occupancy, leaving for the games in Los Angeles. Included in that price will be tickets for all games, complete round-trip transportation, gala pep rally and luncheon, and champagne party aloft. The phone number again in Philadelphia, 742-6400 for Getaway Travel and their trip to California. Here's Dick Ruthven leading off the third inning for the Phillies. The game scoreless. Blyleven's first pitch to him is fouled away, and Ruthven broke his bat. Strike one on Ruthven, and they'll have to go back and get new lumber. And, Chris, we can talk again about the change in pitching plans for the Phils.
Yeah, well, what we were trying to get into was the basic reason is that Keeson in the second game normally is very, very effective against right-handed hitters. So that would mean that Ruthven and Bob Boone would have been in the lineup, where when Carlton pitches, McCarver is in the lineup. So Danny decided to go with the two left-handed hitters when Keeson pitched. So Bruce Keeson will pitch the second game, and that's why Carlton is pitching the second game.
Ruthven back in the box. One strike on Dick. He's hitting at .227 with 17 hits. Here's Blyleven's pitch to him, and it's a fly ball into right field. Going back a few steps is Parker. He waits, and he takes it for the out. Ruthven flies out to Parker in right. That's one away in the third, and Bake McBride heads for the plate. Still looking for their first hit of the ball game. They had two runners in the first inning. Gary Maddox was walked, and Luzinski, while fouling off a pitch, was interfered with by catcher Ed Ott, and he was awarded first base on catcher's interference, an error on Ott. Here's McBride, took a called third strike in the first inning. Pitch on the way to Bake. Fly ball down the left field line. Milner getting back, and he takes it just shy of the warning track. McBride is out on one pitch as he flies out the opposite way to Milner and left. That's two down. The batter, Larry Boa, he took a called third strike in the first inning. Larry leading the Phils with 191 hits. And here's the pitch on the way to Boa. Swing and a miss. Strike one on Larry Boa. Blyleven's next delivery is punched down the third baseline in the air, but it goes foul out of play. 0-2 to Boa. The 0-2 pitch to Larry. Jumps away from it. It comes inside. I don't think he was hit, but he really bailed in a hurry as that pitch came in low and almost got him on the legs.
That's one of the things we mentioned earlier about the Pirate pitchers. They are not afraid to duck somebody with two strikes on them or to push a guy away to set up the breaking ball away. That case, of course, it's a left-handed hitter, so there's no such thing as a breaking ball away. But he just pushed Bo off the plate a little bit.
A ball and two strikes on Larry. Blyleven winds, and here's the pitch to Boa. A called third strike on the outside corner. Boa takes a third strike, and the Phils go down in order in the third. At the end of 2.5, 0-0.
This is your last chance to get your money's worth in a big way with the last of the full-size, full-luxury Chryslers, Newport and New Yorker. And now that it's cleanup time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, they both come with the best value of the year. Newport, the family-size car that's thousands less than some other luxury cars. And New Yorker, the top-of-the-line model that's totally luxurious. Get the last of the full-size Newport or New Yorker now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer. And get your money's worth of luxury and more.
Hi. I'd like to shake hands, but mine are all greasy. I'm a Cotman repairman, and I repair transmissions all day. We at Cotman can repair any automatic transmission made. And we sell high-quality remanufactured transmissions at about half the price of a new one. And that's a good deal. I know. I'm a Cotman man.
Cotman Transmissions is offering you a good deal. They'll road test your car. They'll remove the pan, clean the sump and screen, adjust the bands and linkage, install a new pan gasket, and add new fluid. And that's a pretty good deal, because it only costs $11.45. That's $11.45. Not a lot for a little peace of mind. Cotman fixes transmissions because they know how.
For the Cotman man near you, check your local yellow pages.
Bill Garner to start the third inning for the Pirates. This ball game scoreless. The Pirates have had just one base runner, a nubbing single by Frank Tavares to start the ball game. Here's Phil Garner batting at .264. The windup by Dick Ruthven in the first pitch to Garner, foul back, a strike. Well, last year Garner was really tough on Phillies batting. He hit .367 with 29 hits to lead all opposing players. He hasn't been quite so dangerous this year. The one-strike pitch to the right-handed batter is inside. 1-1 the count.
He's been a big part of the Pirates' comeback, though, and the way that they have gained so much ground on the Phillies. He's hit a couple grand slam home runs. He's driven in a lot of big runs for this team lately.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. It's over for a called strike. In their last ball game, he had a bases-loaded triple as part of that 6-run inning which did in the Chicago Cubs. The 1-2 pitch to Garner. Foul ball back into the crowd. They're going to have one of their biggest crowds of the season here tonight, by the way. Could be somewhere in the 30s or maybe even close to 40,000. The 1-2 to Garner, a drive to left field. Luzinski back, and he catches that ball on the warning track. A liner, but it didn't get that far off the ground, and Luzinski caught it just shy of the fence on the left field warning track.
It's a good play by Greg. He was kind of playing Garner over a little bit towards left center field because Garner likes to hit the ball to right field or right center, and you have to shade him that way. He made a good running catch on that ball.
That's the hardest hit ball of the night. Here's Bert Blyleven, the pitcher, batting right-handed, swinging and a miss at a curveball, strike one. His average 132 with 10 hits, but he has knocked in 11 runs. The one-strike pitch to him is outside. 1-1 to Bert Blyleven. This ball game scoreless. Pirates batting in the third. Here's Ruthven's 1-1 pitch. It is low, a ball. Neither pitcher that the Phils are using tonight has lost to Pittsburgh this year. Ruthven 2-0 against the Pirates, and Carlton 4-0 against Pittsburgh this season. Here's a called strike. 2-2 the count to Blyleven. Ruthven winds, and the 2-2 pitch to Bert. Swing and a miss as he got jammed, and that was a fastball. Strikeout number 1 for Ruthven, and 2 away in the inning. Back to the top of the order, and the only Pirate who has reached safely tonight, Frank Tavares. He nubbed one off his bat down the first baseline. Ruthven got over in time to field the ball, but in his attempt to make the tag, the ball trickled free, and Tavares was awarded an infield hit. Frank batting .277. Here's the pitch to Tavares. Swing and a bouncing ball to shortstop. Boas got it. Throw to first in time, and the Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the third. Harry Callis will have the play-by-play in a moment. At the end of 3, it's 0-0.
Style is the difference between okay and okay. And your money's worth of style is what Chrysler LeBaron gives you, and value, too. It's cleanup time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, so you get the best value of the year on all LeBaron models. The sporty coupe, the classic sedan, and the ultra-stylish town and country wagon, each with that distinctive look. So put a little life in your style and put a little style in your life with LeBaron. You'll get your money's worth and more at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer now.
Charlie, this is so exciting. A big limousine and all. Oh, you know the neatest places. Now what are we going to see?
Just the greatest new combo in town.
Feeling good at Gino's.
Here we are at Gino's, but where's the great combo?
Feast your eyes, my dear, on Gino's all-new salad combos.
Salad combos?
Of course, my pet. We make our own salad right here at Gino's Make-It-Yourself salad bar.
It looks yummy.
And then they team it up with our choice of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, sure, from that cute Colonel.
Or Gino's Crispy Fish.
Crunchy, crunchy.
Or Gino's Super Sirloiner.
Mmm.
And, baby, these salad combos are only available at Gino's.
Charlie, you sure know how to treat a girl.
I try.
Feeling good at Gino's.
Matt Ox will lead off for the Phils here in the fourth. Gary walked his first time up. 0-0 ball game, only one hit in the game, an infield single by Frank Tavares. Great crowd on hand here tonight. They'll get over 30,000. That'll probably be their top crowd of the year. The Buccos simply have not drawn. 859,843 coming into this weekend. Pitch to Gary is a swing and a miss. It's that good curveball. One strike to Maddox. Levin's pitch to him, bounced softly down the third base side, glove by Robinson, throws it away at first base. Maddox safe at first. It'll be an infield single for Gary Maddox as Robinson had to really hurry his throw. He realized who was running, and he threw it over the head of Starkle. It was backed up nicely by Phil Gardner. It'll be an infield single in the first hit given up by Blyleven.
He also kind of double pumped on it when he got a short hop and came up and tried to throw quick and kind of pulled it out of his glove and put it back in. And that little bit of hesitation made him throw in a hurry, and Gary was able to beat it when the throw went wild.
So Maddox has now hit safely in 11 straight games, 31 out of 32. Gary at first base. Here's the ball. He was safe on catcher's interference his first time up. Pitch to Luzinski, swinging a high foul down the right field side. It's out of play. One strike to the ball. 0-0, fourth inning. Phillies trying to wrap up their third straight Eastern Division title here tonight. Buccos coming in with 22 straight wins at home. Here's the pitch to the ball. Hard ground ball, shortstop. That's a double play ball. The Gardner one relay, double play. Luzinski grounds into a twin killing. So there are 2 outs and no base runners, and it'll bring on Richie Hebner. Hebner fouled out to Ed Ott his first time up. Hebner has just totally worn out Bucco's pitching this year. 20 for 41, and lifetime hitting .393 against his ex-mate. Pitch to Hebner, fastball is high and inside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Rich Hebner. Pitch to Hebner is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. Here's Blyleven's 2-0 pitch, swinging a very high pop-up on the left side of the infield. Bill Robinson, the third baseman there, makes the catch. So the Phillies are retired in the fourth. No runs ahead, no errors, none left. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's 0-0. Now time for a tasty break.
Those Phillies are working hard to bring home their third straight Eastern Division championship and their first National League pennant in 28 years. Tasty Cake always works hard to please you, with tempting treats like fresh-baked butterscotch, jelly, and lemon cream-filled crimpets. 3 delicious ways bring home a family pack of fun. Tasty Cake, it's all the good things wrapped up in one.
Tasty Cake is a world of fun. All the things wrapped up in one.
Your Lincoln Mercury dealer is proud to introduce the Lincoln Versailles for 1979. Versailles, the pride of owning a Lincoln, distilled to a 110-inch wheelbase. New for 79 is a choice of elegant roof designs that make Versailles more of a personal luxury car than ever before. Included as standard equipment, you'll find the convenience of speed control and an electronic entertainment system. See and test drive the 79 Lincoln Versailles now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
When you paint this year, select the paint that lasts longer. MAB Seashore House Paint. It gives you more years per gallon. In fact, it's the best paint you can buy. That's because MAB Seashore House Paint was especially designed for the harsh, rugged weather conditions on the shore, like wind, rain, sun, and especially salt air. So when it comes to painting your home, inside or out, think of MAB in the more than 300 MAB paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers. Bank AmeriCard and Master Charge accepted.
Omar Moreno leads off to the Buccos bottom of the fourth. He sacrificed his first time up. 0-0 ball game. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Dick Roofman ready. Here's his windup and the pitch to Moreno. Over for a strike call. Roofman is 2-0 this year against the Pirates. 4-4 lifetime. One strike pitch to Moreno. Swing and a foul straight back, and Roofman in front of him. 0-2. 2 strikes to Omar Moreno. He'll be followed by Big Dave Parker. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Moreno goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Ruthven. One down here in the fourth. That'll bring on Dave Parker, who lined out to left his first time up. Parker leads the league in hitting. Came into the game hitting .332. Leads the league in runs batted in with 150. His last 16 games, he's hitting .484. He has been just awesome in this stretch month of September. Ruthven's pitch to Parker. Swing and a drive to deep left. Fair, foul, foul ball. Deep enough to be out of here, but foul. One strike to Dave Parker. Ruthven has his sign from Boone. Here's the pitch to Parker. Swing and a line drive. Base hit center field. Gary Maddox gets it back in, and Dave Parker has the Buccos' second hit off Ruthven. Solid line single up the middle. All of the Pirates will run. Parker has stolen 20 bases. He's been caught 7 times. He's a big man, but he runs well. Puts on that football helmet. Protect his cheekbone, which was fractured earlier this year. Here's Willie Stargell. He grounded out short first his first time up. Ruthven stretches. And the pitch to Stargell. Foul back to the screen. One strike to big Willie Stargell. Stargell has really come on after a slow start this year in the second half. He's hitting .297, 26 homers. He's knocked in 90 runs. A throw to first base, and Parker gets back. Here's a stretch by Ruthven. There goes the runner. The pitch is popped up down the third base side. Schmidt in foul ground. Squeezes it, and Parker has to go back to first. So Stargell is out on a foul pop. That's 2 down. That'll bring on catcher Ed Ott. He popped up to Schmidt his first time up. 2 outs with Dave Parker at first base. Not the left-hand hitting catcher. Ruthven's pitch to him, a changeup. Fly ball right center field. It's going to fall for a hit. McBride quickly gets it back in. Parker will hold at third base. Ed Ott at first with a single to right center. Well, the Buccos have runners at first and third. 2 down for Bill Robinson. Robinson grounded out his first time up. Not a really sharply hit ball, but a ball that was well placed in right center between Maddox and Bake McBride. Dave Parker at third base. At first base, Ed Ott, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth, 0-0. Game 1 of the twilight doubleheader. Scheduled in the second game for the Phillies, Steve Carlton. For the Pirates, Bruce Thiessen. There's the pitch to Robinson. Long drive, but it's a foul ball. Well hit, but foul down the left field line and over the Bucco bullpen. 1 strike to Bill Robinson. Ruthven stretches. The pitch to Robinson. Swing, and he popped him up foul. I don't know if there's a play. Boone near the dugout, runs out of room. 1 row behind the dugout. Right where the Phillies brass is sitting, behind the Phil's dugout. All of Marcel Owens, Willie and Stephanie Carpenter, George and Dot Harrison, Ginny Ozark, Jimmy Behringer, Keith and Paula Carpenter, Alden Livingston. 2-strike pitch, swing, and a pop foul out of play. Gave him a sidearm fastball, and it stays 0-2 to Robinson.
Robinson really fought that pitch off right there. Ruthven will do that and drop down 0-2 on some right-handed hitters, and he'll either throw a breaking ball or sometimes he throws the fastball off that motion, and Robbie fouled off a tough pitch.
2-strike pitch. Sidearm breaking ball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Ruthven, and a big one. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 4, Phil's 0, Buccos 0.
When a car gives you all you expect and more, you know you're getting your money's worth. When you buy a Plymouth Arrow, that's just what you get. And now, during cleanup time at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, Arrow comes with the best value of the year. All 4 models, all handy hatchbacks, with fold-down rear seat for more storage, reclining buckets for more comfort, and the MCA jet system for more efficiency. Plymouth Arrow, only at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, where you get your money's worth and more.
Coquette life, got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on in, pour yourself some Coke-Ice Cold. Coca-Cola, like I told ya, make it the sunshine, down to the bed, things go better when you're the friend. Coquette life, everybody wants a little life.
Mike Schmidt will lead off for the Phils here in the 5th inning. Schmidt grounded out short first, his first time up. Nothing ball game. The Buccos have 3 hits, the Phils have 1. Schmidt will be followed by Bob Boone and then Ted Sizemore. Bert Blyleven has been tough. Phillies only hit an infield single by Gary Maddox. Here's the pitch to Schmidt. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Base hit to center field. So Mike Schmidt leads off the Phillies 5th with a ground single to center. Tavares playing him well over in the hole, and Schmidt hit it. The third base side is second. Normally where a shortstop plays, but they really play him to pull, and Mike's the base runner.
That's normally where the case where a shortstop might see the sign for a breaking ball from his catcher and cheat a little bit towards second base, but Tavares stayed in the hole. Blyleven threw him a breaking ball away, and Schmidt hit it up the middle.
Here's Bob Boone, and the pitch to Boone is over for a strike call. Boone popped up his first time up. Schmidt studying third base coach Bill DeMars. The Phillies like to hit and run with Bob Boone. Blyleven stretches. And the pitch to Boone, swing and a ground foul back behind the plate. Blyleven in front of Boone, 0-2. Blyleven, a 27-year-old. His first year in the National League after many years in the American League. His career earned run mark is 2.79. He's been a fine pitcher over the years. Here's the pitch to Boone. Swing and a ground ball in the hole. A base hit to left field. Schmidt will stop at second base. Boone at first with a ground single to left, and the Phillies have 2 men on base and nobody out. That'll bring on Ted Sizemore, who grounded out his first time up. Even with the pitcher due up next, frequently, Danny Ozark in a spot like this is called upon Sizemore to butt. Well could do it here.
Danny has a lot of faith in his pitchers as hitters. On that last play with Booney, the Pirates' defense was playing Booney more up the middle, and a lot of times teams will play him to pull, so they're playing hitters a little differently tonight, and that ball had eyes and just got through.
Here's the pitch to Sizemore. He's down to bunt, but he takes inside for a ball. 1-0 to Ted Sizemore. Mike Schmidt at second, Bob Boone at first, nobody out. 5th inning, 0-0 ball game. Sizemore steps out of the batter's box. Here's the stretch by Blyleven. And the pitch, Sizemore bunts it, but he bunts it foul. It'll be out of play. Ball and a strike to Ted Sizemore. Size trying to move the runners up with nobody out. Now Phil Garner trots in to talk to Bill Robinson and to Bert Blyleven. Garner is being relayed the plays from the bench.
The Pirates have shown no sign of putting on any kind of a rotation play where Tavares would cover third base.
1-1 here to Ted Sizemore. Here's the stretch by Blyleven, and the pitch to Size. He bunts it foul in the air. Stargell can't quite catch up to it. Ball and 2 strikes. Good effort by Stargell. Let's pause for station identification on the Phil's Baseball Network.
KYW Philadelphia at 7:02. AccuWeather says mostly clear and chilly tonight. Low of about 46 degrees. Clear sky 62 degrees right now on Independence Mall.
So now the count is 1-2 to Ted Sizemore. Mike Schmidt at second base. At first base, Bob Boone, nobody out. There's the stretch by Blyleven. Sizemore, a full swing, and it's going to be a double play, I believe. Tavares to Garner. Relay back to third, but Schmidt dives back in. Tavares, a momentary juggle, or that would have been a double play ball. Hit hard on one hop to Tavares. He juggled. Threw to Garner. I'm not sure Garner was all that wise going to third. He thought he'd get Schmidt rounding the bag, and he didn't. Might have had a shot at Sizemore, but we'll never know because he didn't throw to first.
And he never was going to go to first either. He had made up his mind once Tavares juggled that ball that he couldn't get a double play on Sizemore, and that he was going to hope that Schmidt took the wide turn around third, which Mike did, but Mike saw it and Billy DeMar saw it, and they got him back in time.
Phillies got a break there. That was a double play ball. Juggled slightly by Tavares, no error. Philly runners first and third, 1 out. There goes Sizemore, swing and a ground foul back behind the plate. Sizemore running on the pitch, fouled off by Ruthven. 1 strike. Schmidt at third base, Sizemore first base, 1 out, 5th inning. Phillies' first real scoring opportunity off Bert Blyleven. One strike to Ruthven. He flied out to right his first time up. Ruthven a chance to help himself. Stretch by Blyleven. And the pitch to Dick. Swing and a pop foul. It's out of play, and Blyleven has the jump on him. 0-2. Ruthven hitting .227 overall since joining the Phils, hitting .294. 2 strikes to Ruthven. Mike Schmidt, third base. Ted Sizemore, first base. The 2-strike pitch, swing and a miss. Threw a fastball by him. He struck him out. 4th strikeout for Blyleven. That's 2 down here in the 5th. And it'll bring on Bake McBride, who was struck out and flied out to deep left. Blyleven really put some extra on that one.
He had a good fastball tonight. He came out throwing pretty hard in the first inning, and he's been throwing more fastballs tonight than you usually see him throwing, mixing in that great curveball he has and a good straight change.
So it's up to Bake McBride with Schmidt at third, Sizemore at first, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bake. Fastball is high for a ball. 1-0 to McBride. 0-0 ball game. 5th inning. Here's a stretch by Blyleven. And the pitch to McBride. Swing and a line drive, deep left field. Milner back, can't get it. It's off the fence. Schmidt scores. Sizemore being waved around. Frank Tavares, no relay. Phillies lead it 2-0. Fake McBride in opposite field, doubled over the head of John Milner. And the Phils are up 2-0 here in the 5th inning. A big blow for Baker.
It's one of those line drives that he hits to the opposite field that just starts taking off. And I think Milner thought at first he had a shot at it, but it just kept going away from him. Big hit, and Billy DeMar sent Sizemore all the way, and Tavares bobbled the relay, and that was a good play, too.
Well, the Phils are up 2-0 here in the 5th. Here's Larry Bowa with Bake McBride at second base. Pitch to Bowa. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Bowa's been up twice. He has been called out on strikes. 1-0 pitch to Larry is outside again, ball 2. It's 2-0 to Bowa. Singles in the inning by Mike Schmidt and Bob Boone. 2-run double off the bat of Bake McBride, and the Phillies are up 2-0 here in the 5th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Boa. He swings and he fouls it off at the plate. It's 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Larry Boa. Stretch by Blyleven. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup. 2-2 to count to Boa. Here's the stretch by Blyleven. The 2-2 pitch outside with a curveball. A full count to Larry Boa. Blyleven back on the rubber. Here's his stretch. 2-2 pitch to Boa. Outside 3-2 pitch, rather. Outside ball 4. He walked it. So Boa's a base runner. Second walk given up by Blyleven. 2 men on base, 2 outs. It'll bring up Gary Maddox. Maddox has walked and picked up an infield single. Phillies need just one here at Three Rivers to wrap it up. Phillies very anxious to make that one the first one. Leading here 2-0 in the 5th. Pirates have won an incredible 22 in a row here in their park. Blyleven's pitch to Maddox, swinging a bouncing foul at the plate on a curveball. Second game is over at Chicago's Wrigley Field. The Cubs winning it by a score of 5-4. Mike Krukow won it. Loser was Mike Brewer. To save for Bruce Sutter is 27. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Fastball, pop foul out of play, and Blyleven in front of Maddox, 0-2. Good runners on the bases. Bake McBride at second, Larry Boa at first, 2 outs. Blyleven trying to keep McBride close at second, bluffs the throw. 2 strikes to Gary Maddox. The 2-strike pitch. Swing and a high ground ball shortstop. Tavares has it, fires to Garner for the force on Boa. And the Phillies go down in the 5th to score a pair of runs. On 3 hits. No errors. 2 left. We go to the bottom half of the 5th, and the score fills 2, Buccos 0.
If you think big car roominess and small car economy together in one car is worth seeing, see Volare and get your money's worth. No 6-cylinder automatic transmission car built in America gets better mileage than Volare. The EPA estimates are 27 miles per gallon on the highway, 20 in the city for a 1-barrel carburetor Volare. And the wagon model gives your money's worth of convenience. See your Chrysler Plymouth dealer now for Volare. Get the cleanup value of the year, your money's worth, and more.
Warren's 16 card and gift shops have gifts galore for every member of the family, boy or girl, mom or dad, grandparents, an uncle or an aunt, and all gifts wrapped free at Warren's, where shopping is a pleasure. Warren's has a complete line of Hallmark cards, Hummel figurines, Monet costume jewelry, a wide assortment of copper, brass, and fine wood products. We have a trinket or a treasure for anyone at the wonderful world of Warren's. You've never seen such wonders. Visit our Warren's card and gift shop in the Manoa Shopping Center.
John Milner leads off for the Buccos, bottom of the 5th, grounded out short first his first time up. Changeup, line drive, deep right. McBride back, and he reaches up and makes a great catch. Fake misjudged it originally, reached up and made a great catch on a ball that nearly soared over his head. 1 down. That'll bring on Phil Garner. He flied out to deep left his first time up. Phillies have 2 runs and 4 hits. Buccos no runs and 3 hits.
Here's the pitch to Phil Garner. Fastball, fly ball into right field. Bake McBride coming on, makes the catch. That's 2 down. That'll bring on Bert Blyleven. Blyleven struck out his first time up. 2 outs for the Pirates here in the fifth. Phillies lead 2-0. Pitch to Blyleven, swings and he misses at a fastball. 1 strike to Bert Blyleven. Pitch to him is a breaking ball and a swing and a miss. 0-2 to Blyleven with 2 outs. The 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a breaking ball. 4th strikeout for Ruthven. Buccos go down 1-2-3 in the fifth. No runs, hits or errors, and none left. After 5, it's 2-0 Phils, and now it's time for a tasty break.
By Sam here with a Tasty Cake Baseball Baffler. Baseball has seen many brother outs. There are the DiMaggios, the Alous, and the Aarons, to name 3. Can you name 2 sets of brothers who formed a battery on the pitching mound and behind the plate? While you toss that around, here's another famous pair. Delicious Tasty Cake cream-filled chocolate cupcakes and cream-filled buttercream cupcakes. A tempting twosome that makes a tall, cold glass of milk just marvelous. And like everything from Tasty Cake, cream-filled cupcakes are fresh baked with things like milk, creamery butter, eggs, and real chocolate. That's been Tasty Cake's trademark for over 60 years. And now here's the answer to our baffler. 2 sets of brothers who formed the unique family batteries were Bobby and Billy Shands, who played for the Philadelphia A's in the 1950s, and the Coopers, who played for the old Gas House Gang, the St. Louis Cardinals, in the 40s. Baseball and Tasty Cake. They're all the good things wrapped up in one.
From the KYW newsroom, these are the top stories of the hour. The world today registered shock and sorrow that it had not gotten to know better the smiling little man from the Italian mountains who became Pope John Paul I, winning the hearts of kings and commoners alike in just a little more than a month as head of the Roman Catholic Church. Members of the Metropolitan Christian Council have issued a statement deploring the racial polarization rhetoric in the campaign to change the city charter. Now let's return to Pittsburgh and more Phillies baseball.
Greg Luzinski leads off the Phillies here in the 6th inning. Fans of Phillies fanatic has become one of the biggest hits of the baseball season, and we know you like him as much as we do. The Phils are offering a Philly Fanatic doll, which will be available in late November. You fans may purchase these dolls by sending $12.95 per doll to Philly Fanatic Doll, Box 7575, Philadelphia 19101. That $12.95 includes postage and handling charges. Order your Phillies Fanatic Doll now. Greg Luzinski leading off, and he takes a pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to the ball. Phillies leading 2-0. Luzinski has been safe on catcher's interference and is grounded into a double play. He takes a strike call. Ball on a strike to Luzinski. There's Blyleven's pitch to Greg. Swing and a foul straight back. It's 1-2. Luzinski will be followed by Rich Hebner, then Mike Schmidt here in the 6th inning. Phillies got their 2 on a 2-run double off the bat of Bake McBride. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, strike 3 call, and struck him out. Luzinski called out on strike. That'll be strikeout number 5 for Blyleven. 1 down here in the 6th.
Thinking about Blyleven's curveball, all the players say you can't quit on it because it just keeps coming, and that's what happened to Greg there. I think he thought that ball was going to be a little bit inside, and it just kept breaking, and it was a good pitch, and it was a strike on the inside corner.
Here's Richie Hebner. He is fouled out to Ed Ott and popped up to third. Pitch to Hebner is a changeup that misses low for a ball. 1-0 to Rich Hebner. Here's the pitch to Hebner, and it's high and inside, ball 2. It's 2-0. Phillies 2, Buccos nothing, 6th inning. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Here's the pitch to Hebner, high ground foul past Tony Taylor down the first base side. And it's 2-1 to Rich. Two balls and a strike to Hebner with 1 out.
Well, in the sixth inning, Phillies lead 2-zip. Time is called for some reason. Now we're set to go. Here's the windup by Bly-Levin, and the pitch to Hebner. Very high fly ball into shallow right field. Dave Parker coming on. Parker's there, makes the catch, and that's 2 down. I'm going to bring on Mike Smith. He was grounded out, singled, and scored a run. 2 down here in the sixth inning. Phillies have 2 runs and 4 hits. The Buccos no runs and 3 hits. Pitch to Schmidt is a fastball high for a ball. Pitch to Mike. Low, ball 2. It's 2-0. Bly-Levin has struck out 5. He's walked 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Schmidt. Swing and a high fly ball into left center field. Omar Moreno, the center fielder, takes charge and makes the catch. The Phillies are retired in order in the sixth. No runs, hit their errors, and none left. We go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. It's Phillies 2, Pirates nothing.
Want a new car big enough for convenience, yet small enough to be practical? Want your money's worth of value when you buy it? See Volare Wagon, the best-selling wagon in America over the past 2 years. Now with a cleanup time value that's the best of the year. Another Volare best. It's roominess. You get more passenger room with Volare than any of the downsized GM intermediate wagons based on the total of 8 key interior dimensions. So see your Chrysler Plymouth dealer during cleanup time. You'll get your money's worth and more. When you paint this year, select the paint that lasts longer. MAB Seashore House Paint. It gives you more years per gallon. In fact, it's the best paint you can buy. That's because MAB Seashore House Paint was especially designed for the harsh, rugged weather conditions on the shore, like wind, rain, sun, and especially salt air. So when it comes to painting your home, inside or out, think of MAB and the more than 300 MAB paint stores, dealers, and Rich Lux Home Centers. Bank AmeriCard and Master Charge accepted.
Acme Super Savings Time is here. Now open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily and from 9 to 6 on Sunday, too. With more savings and more values, plus big weekly specials. And you'll find shelves and cases fully stocked in every department with top quality foods, items you and your family use every day. There's never been a better time to shop Acme Super Saver with friendly service and more super savings just for you.
The Pittsburgh Pirate fans who have been absent most of the season are here en masse tonight, as you can hear. Buccos have drawn less than 1 million, but there are about 40,000 here tonight. A pressure-packed game. Phillies lead 2-0. Here's Frank Tavares. Line drive hit left center field. Maddox can't get it. It gets by him and all the way back to the fence. Tavares will get a triple out of it. Frank Tavares with a stand-up triple. Tavares at third base. Nobody out. It'll bring on Omar Moreno. Phillies lead 2-0. Moreno has sacrificed and struck out. Tavares' 9th triple of the year. Of the sixth inning, the Phillies will concede a run. Ahead 2-0. Pitch to Moreno. Bouncing ball up the middle, a base hit. Tavares scores. And it's a 2-1 ball game. Omar Moreno drives in his 31st run of the year. He's at first base, and he is always a threat. He leads the league in stolen bases with 68. Mike Schmidt comes in to talk to Dick Ruthven as Dave Parker comes to the plate.
Parker is lined out to left and singled sharply to center field. Phillies lead it 2-1. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Omar Moreno at first base. Nobody out. Pirate fans are going wild. Lob toss to first base, and Moreno gets back. There's a stretch by Ruffin, a quick throw to first, and Moreno dives back in safely. Time called by Moreno. Phillies are getting bullpen activity. Warren Brewster starting to throw. Ruffin stretches. Pitch to the plate. Check swing on a change. It's outside for a ball. Quick throw to first, and Moreno gets back. 1-0 to Dave Parker. Stretch by Ruffin. Quick throw, and Moreno back on a close play. Moreno calls time to dust himself off. A triple by Tavares and a single by Moreno. It's a 2-1 ball game. The Phillies lead. We're in the bottom half of the sixth inning. There's a stretch by Ruffin. There goes Moreno. The pitch is high. The throw, and he is out. Safe at second base. On a very close play, and Boa arguing. The second base umpire, Satch Davidson. Boone, a very strong throw. And Moreno safe on a close play. That'll be number 69 of the year.
I see a replay on it right now, and here comes the throw, and you can't tell on the replay. It looks like he was safe on the replay.
Looked like he got a hand in just ahead of the tag. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Great grab. Sizemore throws, and he got no. Safe at first base is Dave Parker. Evidently, Hebner was not on the bag. Great grab by Sizemore, and looked like he made a sensational play on Parker. Parker called safe at first base. Moving to third base, Moreno. We're watching a replay now. Just a sensational grab by Sizemore to Hebner. Hebner's right on the bag. I think they just missed the play. Hebner was on the bag. He called him safe. Runners at first and third.
Well, Hebner didn't argue either. That's the thing that's so strange about it. It looks like that Parker was out on the play, but Richie never argued.
Sizemore has called time. Just a superb play by Sizemore, and looked on the replay like they had Parker. But it'll be an infield single for Parker. Still nobody out. Pirate runners first and third. And Willie Stargell the batter. Stargell a long drive, and this ball is way out of here. Tremendous home run, and the Pirates lead it 4-2. Willie Stargell, Pirates captain and team leader, has just slugged one way, way out of here. The Pirates lead it 4-2. For Stargell, his 27th homer of the year. He knocks in runs number 91, 92, and 93. The Pirates have a 4-2 lead. Still nobody out in the sixth inning. It started with a triple. Then a bouncing single. An infield single by Parker, and Willie Stargell's gigantic home run. Here's that on. Hard ground ball shortstop. Boa has it. Throws, and that's one down here in the sixth inning. That'll bring on Bill Robinson. He is grounded out and struck out. Oh, the Bucco fans really contributing to their inning here. They were alive at the start of the inning. Like the Philadelphia fans back at Veterans Stadium. These fans who have stayed away in masses all year long are really up for this weekend series. Big crowd here. Looks like around 40,000 or more.
Here's a pitch to Robinson, a breaking ball, low for a ball. Pitch to Robinson is high for a ball. It's 2-0. 2-0 the count to Bill Robinson. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him, a change and a fly ball into left field. Luzinski coming on, makes the running catch. So Robinson is out, 2 down. That'll bring up John Milner. Milner has grounded out and lined out to deep right. 4-2 Pirates, bottom half of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Milner. Fastball outside for a ball. 1-0 to John Milner. Pitch to Milner is low for a ball. It's 2-0. 4 straight hits for the Buccos. A triple by Tavares, base hits by Moreno and Parker, and a big 3-run home run off the bat of Willie Sargent. Milner swings and fouls one back. It's 2-1. To John Milner with 2 down. Pitch to him, swing, and a fly ball down the left field foul line, and it is a foul ball and bouncing into the Pirate bullpen. Let's pause here for station identification on the Phillies Baseball Network.
KYW Philadelphia at 7:30. AccuWeather says mostly clear and chilly tonight, low around 46 degrees. Right now, clear skies, 59 degrees on Independence Mall.
Pitch to Milner is low for a ball, and it's a full count to John Milner with 2 down. Buccos lead it 4-2. 3-2 pitch. A change-up, strike 3 called. He struck him out. 5th strikeout for Ruthven. The Pittsburgh scores 4 in the inning. 4 hits, no errors, and none left. And at the end of 6, Buccos 4 and the Phils 2.
Saturday night, go downtown, see the sights. Girls and pinball, broken bright lights. Wish every day was Saturday night. Coca-Cola at light when the lights are bright. Wish every day was Saturday night. Coke at light, Coca-Cola at light.
As a registered nurse, my day either starts too early or ends too late. So I need a bank that lets me get to it whenever I can. That bank is Gerard. With George, I do my banking night or day on my schedule. And now with George Bank by phone, I can even pay my bills or give myself a loan. My job may be to help others, but my bank's job is to help me. And Gerard does.
Night and day, George lets you be the banker at Gerard Bank. We're there when you need us.
Well, we have a couple of changes for the Pirates. Dale Berra coming into play third base. Bill Robinson moves from third to left field, and John Milner is out of the game. We move to the 7th inning. Bob Boone will lead off for the Phils, to be followed by Ted Sizemore, and then probably a hitter for Dick Ruthven. 4-2, Pirates leading. Mooney has popped up and singled. Boy, a jam-packed house here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. They really came alive in that bottom half of the 6th inning. They have become a force tonight, almost like Philly fans have been all season long. Pirate fans have only been a force tonight. Here's a line drive to center field. Well hit. Moreno can't get it. It's off the fence. Boone on his way to second, rounding second. He's heading for third, and he's safe at third. Fortunately, Tavares bobbled the ball. Boone gambled going to third base, and had Tavares not bobbled, it would have been a close play. But Tavares bobbled, as he has done a couple of times tonight. Triple for Boone.
The Pirates messed that play up two ways. There was a breaking ball, and Moreno broke in on it, and then he had to go back, and it was his fault there. And then, like Harry said, Tavares bobbled that ball. He had a heck of a chance to get Boone at third, so the Phillies are fortunate two ways on that play.
Boone at third base. The infield will stay back. They'll concede a run as Ted Sizemore steps to the plate. Size is grounded out and grounded into a fielder's choice. It's 4-2 Pittsburgh. We're in the seventh. The pitch to Sizemore. Swing, and he popped him up behind second base. Nobody will score on that one. Garner puts it away. Sizemore is out, one down, and Tim McCarver comes out of the dugout to bat for Dick Ruthven. Tim McCarver will hit for Ruthven. Timmy will be catching the second game, and Steve Carlton will be pitching game two. McCarver is hitting .248. 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, 14 runs batted in. Doug McGraw is up in the Phillies bullpen. He'll probably come on to pitch in the bottom half of this inning. Boone at third base, 1 out. And the Buccos will keep their infield back. They will concede a run. All the Phillies need to get a run across is a ground ball. Or a fly ball. Here's the pitch to McCarver, and it's a fastball high for a ball. Buccos have side-wheeling Kent DeCulvey and left-hander Grant Jackson up in the bullpen. One-0 pitch to McCarver is low for a ball. It's 2-0. 2-0 to Tim McCarver. 4-2 Pirates lead, seventh inning. Boone third base and 1 out. 2-0 pitch to Timmy is high, ball 3. It's 3-0. Bake McBride waiting on deck. Here's Blyleven's 3-0 pitch. On the inside corner for a called strike. It's 3-1 to McCarver. Seventh inning, game one of the doubleheader. Pirates leading 4-2. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Strike call. It's the full count to Tim McCarver. 3-2 to him with 1 out. Boone at third base. Blyleven winds. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back and just below us. It stays 3-2 to Tim McCarver. Full count to him with Boone at third base and 1 out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4. He walked in, tried to put some extra on it. He burned the ball up there, but way high. So the Phillies have runners at first and third, 1 out for Bake McBride. Bake is struck out, flied out to deep left, double to left. To knock in the Phillies 2 runs, we're going to get a pinch runner from McCarver. The fleet Lonnie Smith will come in to run at first base. Lonnie led the American Association in stolen bases with 63. And for the Phillies so far this year, Smith has stolen 3 bases. He has not been caught. Lonnie Smith can run. Will they take a chance at having him try to steal, Wheels?
Oh, it's difficult to say. I think the Phillies might take a chance and let him run and get that run to second base. Although then you're setting up a possibility to walk McBride and pitch to Boa. So, we'll just have to see.
Boone at third, Lonnie Smith at first. The pitch to McBride is high for a ball. Smith not going. 1-0 to Bake McBride as Ed Ott trots out to talk to Bert Blyleven.
This crowd is so excited here tonight. I've never heard it this loud in Pittsburgh before, and it seems like Blyleven's getting a little bit caught up with it right now, and that's why Ed Ott went out there. Terry mentioned he really overthrew that ball to McCarver, and that one right there, he really tried to hump up to McBride, and he's getting a little wild high, so Ott just wanted to calm him down a little bit.
Ball and no strikes to Bake. Blyleven stretches. Pitch to McBride. High, ball 2. It's 2-0. Bake looking down at Bill DeMars to see if he can swing or he's supposed to watch one. Boone at third, he tripled. Lonnie Smith at first, pinch running for Tim McCarver. Seventh inning, Phillies trail 4-2. There goes Lonnie Smith, swinging a pop foul. It's out of play. 2-1 to Bake McBride. Lonnie had a good jump. If they'd taken the pitch, Lonnie probably would have had an easy stolen base. 2 balls and a strike to Bake McBride. Boone at third, Smith at first. Blyleven stretches. The 2-1 pitch, swing, and a well-hit ball to center field. Moreno back. He can't get it. It's off the fence. Boone scores. Lonnie Smith rounding third. He scores at the 4-4 game. Jason Bake McBride has knocked in all 4 runs, and we're tied in the 7th.
Oh, what a comeback the Phillies just made. That last inning here in Pittsburgh could have taken it right out of them, as loud as this crowd was and the way the Pirates reacted, but they came right back out again, and that was another Bake McBride ball that just took off on Omar Moreno. I think he thought he had it lined up, too, and went right over his head, and the pinch running for Tim McCarver got the Philly the tying run there.
4-4 ball game, 7th inning. Bake McBride has knocked in all 4. He's at second with 1 out. Here's Larry Bowie, who's twice struck out and walked. Blyleven's pitch to Bowe, outside for a ball. 1-0 to Boa. Phillies have come roaring back to tie this thing in the 7th. What a ball game. 4-4, 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Boa. High and away. Ball 2. It's 2-0 to Larry Boa. To 4 ball game, 7th inning. Pirates playing Boa around to the opposite field. The pitch to Boa, swing and a nubbing foul off the end of his bat down the third base side. It's 2-1. Bake McBride has knocked in all 4 Phillies runs with a pair of doubles. We're in the 7th inning. Second base, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, high for a ball. It's 3-1 to Larry Boa. What a dramatic ball game here at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. Kind of what you expected. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Boa pops one up into shallow right. He chased the high pitch, and Garner squeezes it for out number 2. So Boa's out, and that'll bring on Gary Maddox, who has walked, singled, and grounded into a fielder's choice. McBride, second base, 2 down. Is hit safely in the last 11 straight. Larry Sherry, the pitching coach for the Buccos, coming out to talk to Bert Blyleven. 4-4, 7th inning. Game 1 of the twilight doubleheader. Phillies need 1 to wrap it up in the East. Buccos are doing all they can to stop that. They are on a tremendous streak here at home, 22 in a row. The all-time Major League record is 26, set back in 1916. Sherry has had his say. He goes back to the dugout. Here's the pitch to Maddox. Curveball, check swing, foul, in and out of the Pirate dugout. 1 strike to Maddox. McBride, second base, and 2 outs. Now Blyleven back on the rubber. Here's the pitch to Gary Maddox, swinging a foul back, and Blyleven has the jump on him. 0-2. 0-2 to Maddox with 2 outs. Blyleven goes after the Rosenbag. Here's his stretch. 2-strike pitch. Curveball, low for a ball. It's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Maddox. Stretch by Blyleven. 1-2 pitch. Fastball grounded to Phil Gardner at second. He has it and throws, and the Phillies are retired here in the 7th. Phillies tie it with 2 runs on 2 hits. Big blow, a 2-run double by McBride. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Phil's 4 and the Buccos 4. How would you like ice delivered to your door? We're not talking about the good old days, however. Your GE dealer now offers the finest in ice service on 3 General Electric refrigerators. An ice dispenser is on the outside of the door. You select either crushed ice or cubes. The newest model has a big freezer at top. It's only 30 1/2 inches wide, but has over 20 cubic feet of storage. See the General Electric refrigerators that deliver ice right to your door now at Jenkintown Electric Discount Appliances, 220 York Road, Jenkintown.
I'm Tony Greco, and I run a delicatessen and catering service. Or should I say it runs me. When I'm not making sandwiches, I'm making arrangements to make sandwiches. That's why I've arranged to do my banking with Gerard. With George, I can do my banking night or day. And now, with George Bank by phone, I can pay suppliers, transfer funds, and even give myself a loan. All in less time than it takes to make a hoagie. Now that's a combination.
Night and day, George lets you be the banker. At Gerard Bank, we're there when you need us.
You're really going to save money this weekend because Penn Jersey's having a Goodyear tire sale. They've made a special purchase of first-quality Goodyear tires so you can get prices like these. Goodyear all-weather B7813s from $17.95 plus FET. Goodyear polyglass white wall radials from $34.95 plus FET. Go to Penn Jersey before 6 p.m. on Saturday.
We've got parts and service that you should try. Quality at a price you can't drive by.
Bottom half of the 7th inning, it's a 4-4 ball game. Tug McGraw coming in to pitch for the Phils, and for more play-by-play, here again is Andy Mustard.
Thank you, Harry. Tug back in relief tonight after 1 game as a starting pitcher and coming into a very important situation here with a tie score. Tug is 8-7 this year and a 3.07 earned run average. This is his 54th game. All of them in relief with the exception of the second end of that doubleheader at Philadelphia Tuesday night. The Pirates are at the number 8 spot on their batting order. It's Phil Garner to lead it off. Garner, Blyleven, and Frank Tavares. Here's Garner. He has lined out and flied out. Left-hander Tug McGraw now working in relief of starter Dick Ruthven, who cannot win it or lose it. Pirate fans really whipping it up tonight. We've never heard them like this. Here's Tug's first pitch. Swinging a ground ball caught by Schmidt. He had an ice cream cone. Throw to first in time for the out. That ball almost eluded Schmidt. Garner is out, 1 down in the 7th. The Pirates, I believe, are going to go to the bench, and Rennie Stennett will bat for Blyleven. Rennie Stennett, the second baseman, batting .246, who had the broken ankle last year and just can't move at all in the field anymore, has been confined to pinch hitting roles lately. He's coming up for Blyleven.
It was a tough decision that Tanner had to make last month, but he decided to sit Rennie Stennett down and play Garner at second and Berra at third, and that's really when this team started to move. Garner and Berra in the lineup really helped them, and Stennett was just costing them too much on defense. And Stennett was a great player, but he just has a lot of trouble with his leg now.
So here's Rennie, a right-handed batter. Stennett, of course, holds the modern-day record with 7 for 7 in one ball game. The pitch to him, swing and a miss, a strike at the screwball. That was set back in the 75 season in September at Chicago. 1 strike on Stennett. Here's Tug's next pitch. Screwball again, but this one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike on pinch hitter Rennie Stennett. The Pirates have Tekulve warming in the bullpen, and you know he'll be in this ball game. No question. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Stennett. Fastball low, 2-1 the count. Tie score, 4 runs and 6 hits for the Phillies, 4 runs, 7 hits for the Pirates. And the 2-1 pitch to Stennett. Fly ball right field. Bake McBride headed toward the line. He's there for the catch and the out. Bake took off like he thought he might not get there, but then he slowed down when he got it within range. And that's 2 outs in the Pirates' 7th inning. The batter, Frank Taveras, he's 2 out of 3. Taveras led off the 6th inning with a triple that started the 4-run round for the Bucks. Taveras batting at .278. Doug Wines, here's the pitch to the right-handed batter. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Boy, Taveras had a cut. His momentum almost caused him to fall over at the plate. Doug McGraw pitching in relief of starter Dick Ruthven. A big, loud crowd here in Pittsburgh watching this ball game. And the 1-strike pitch, swing and a foul ball, 0-2, the count to Taveras.
It is big and it is loud here. The Pirates fans have really turned out tonight. They didn't turn out all year, but they sure came out tonight. They probably have as many people here now as they get in a month.
0-2, the count on Taveras. Bases empty, 2 out. Doug has the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul outside of third. The second game tonight, Bruce Keeson for the Pirates, Steve Carlton for the Phillies, but all attention centered on game 1 right now, last of the 7th inning. The Phils got 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 7th. The Pirates got 4 in the 6th. And that's the way it is right now. The 0-2 pitch to Taveras, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a fastball. Pirates retired in order in the 7th. We go to the 8th. It's 4-4 and now time for a tasty break.
At Tasty Cake, fall means back to school time and back to filling up little lunch boxes with great tasting cake. So now Tasty Cake has back to school savings. It's 15 cents off or more on family packs of chocolate cupcakes, creamies, treats, and crimpets. Look for this deal at your favorite store. Tasty Cake family packs at 15 cents off or more. It's all the good things wrapped up in one.
It's on now. Operation Top Cat at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. He's closing out all of his 78 cars to make room for the 79s. This includes his 78 smaller cars like the Mercury Monarch and Zephyr. Monarch, the precision-size Mercury with room for 5. And Zephyr, one of the most exciting Mercuries to come along in years. Mercury Monarch, Mercury Zephyr. They've got to go now during Operation Top Cat. Don't you miss it because your Lincoln Mercury dealer is ready to trade and sell at the sign of the cat.
It's time for another Daily News home run payoff, the game that gives you a chance to win up to $10,000. Because the Daily News has double the payoff, and here's more good news. If the Phillies make the playoffs, the double payoff continues. So if you send in your entry coupon, you've got a shot at winning twice the money, up to $10,000 from now through the playoffs. If there's no base hit, you still win tickets to a Phillies game next season. The Daily News $10,000 home run payoff. Just what you'd expect from a great sports paper. Well, Kent Tekulve, needless to say, is the Pirate relief pitcher coming on. Tekulve appearing in his 88th ball game. He has finished 62 games. He has won 6 and lost 7. His earned run average is 2.31, and he has saved 30. So here's Tekulve to start it against Greg Luzinski, a 4-4 ball game. Phil's batting in the 8th inning. Greg will be batting for Rita Tumulty of Fillmore Street in Philadelphia. Greg officially 0 for 2 in the ball game. He was also on catcher's interference. Check swing, and what are they going to call it? Apparently it's ball 1. Greg went pretty far around, but he got away with it. DeCalvey throws almost underhanded. He comes way around sidearm. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the ball outside. DeCalvey from Cincinnati, Ohio. The sidearm pitch is a broken bat ground ball to shortstop. Tavares has it to throw to first, and Luzinski is out. We're going to send 4 tickets to a game next season to Rita Tumulty of Fillmore Street in Philadelphia. 1 down, and here's Richie Hebner. He'll be batting for Frank T. Smocker of Newark, Delaware. Hebner is 0 for 3, has hit the ball in the air 3 times. DeCalvey winds. The pitch to the hacker is grounded foul, a strike. This is the first year that DeCalvey has been the main man in the Pirate bullpen. Of course, it was Rich Gossage last year, along with Terry Forster. Here's the 1-strike pitch just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ott holding the ball in the glove to say, are you sure? 1 ball and 1 strike. This game all even 4 per side. Here's the windup and the pitch by DeCalvey. A drive down the right field line, coming hard. Parker, he catches it on the run. Hebner lines out to Parker in right field. 4 tickets to a game next season will be sent to Frank T. Smocker of Newark, Delaware. That's 2 away in the 8th inning, and Mike Schmidt at the plate. Mike batting for Frank Lynch of Cape May Court. I should say Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey. Schmidt 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 5th inning. Mike batting at .254. DeCalvey winds in the pitch to Schmidt. Inside, ball 1. The game's in the hands of relievers now. Kent DeCalvey for the Pirates and Tug McGraw for the Phillies. Starters Blyleven and Ruthven out of the ball game. Outside to Schmidt, 2-0 the count. Base is empty, 2 down as the Phils bat in the 8th inning, each side with 4 runs. It's nail-biting time. The Phils want to win. The Pirates must win. The 2-0 pitch to Schmidt outside, ball 3.
You got that right, because my right ones are all gone, and it's only the 8th inning.
And we have some more games to come.
That's what I got a left hand for.
3 balls and no strikes, the count on Schmidt. DeCalvey ready to work to him, and here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Schmidt gets on. DeCalvey walks Schmidt. Will send 4 tickets to a game next season to Frank Lynch. And here's Bob Boone. He's having a good ball game. Booney is 2 out of 3 with a single and a triple. Larry Sherry out to talk with DeCalvey. And in our Daily News home run payoff, Boone will be swinging away for Bernard Friedman of Ventnor, New Jersey. Sherry delivered his short message, and he's now headed back to the dugout. Here's Boone batting at .282. A 4-4 tie. Phil's batting in the 8th inning. Schmidt at first with 2 down. Berra, third baseman, very close to the line. Pirate outfield straight away on Boone. The stretch by DeCalvey. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. DeCalvey ready to work again. There goes Schmidt. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Throw to second base. He's safe. Stolen base for Mike Schmidt.
Schmidt, he got a great jump on that play, and the pitch was a little bit tough for Ed Ott to handle, and he doesn't throw very well anyway. It's one of those things where the Phillies really have to try and run on him a little bit when they get some people on. Dyer, the other catcher, throws a lot better than Ed Ott, and he made a poor throw on that, and Mike was able to beat it.
The count is 2-0 on Bob Boone. They had rung up a strike on the board, but Paul Pryor is getting them to change it. 2-0 on Booney. Mike Schmidt with stealing base number 19 at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the stretch by to Colby. And the pitch to Boone way outside. 3 balls and no strikes on Boone. Pryor reminding everyone what the count is. The scoreboard still has it wrong. It's 3-0 on Boone.
They have a base open right now, Andy, and I don't think they're going to give Boone too much to swing at in this spot.
Here's the stretch by to Colby. And the pitch to Bob. Check swing foul ball down the first base line. It's 3-1. That might well have been ball 4. DeColvey getting a new baseball to work with here. 3-1 the count on Boone. Scoreboard still has it wrong. Now they got it up. 3-1. Schmidt at second base following a walk and a steal. 2 outs in the inning, a 4-4 ball game.
I don't think Bob Boone knew he had a 3-0 count on him, Andy. Because right now he's motioning up. He wants to know what the count is. And might be why he went after that pitch, because it was a bad pitch.
Here's the stretch by to Colby. The 3-1 to Boone. Over for a called second strike, 3-2. DeColvey works a full count on Boone after trailing 3-0. The stretch by the right-hander. And the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Boone fans, and the inning is over. And we'll send 4 tickets to a game next season to Bernard Friedman of Ventnor, New Jersey. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We go to the last of the 8th, and it's tied 4-4.
When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the moment is right for a great beer. When do you say Budweiser? Whenever the good times are moving to right here. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, anytime's the right time to say it. When do you say Budweiser? Budweiser beer for any time at all. When do you say Budweiser? The smile on your face tells the world what you're thinking. 'Cause when you say Budweiser, the #1 beer is what you'll be drinking. After the work is done, while you're still having fun, the king of beer is waiting for your call. When you say Budweiser, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Play ball with Richard Buick Volvo in Newtown Square. King Richard's got it all. Buicks, Opels, Volvos, leasing. Don't strike out. Save a bundle on all 1978 models. Drive a little, save a lot. Listen to this. A brand new 1978 Buick Electra. Air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, and more. Only $65.99. And talk about leasing. A new 1978 Regal Coupe with factory air, $139 a month, 3-year open-end lease. That's King Richard for a lion-hearted deal on Westchester Pike in Newtown Square.
We pause for station identification, the Phillies Baseball Network.
KYW News time 8:02. AccuWeather says mostly clear and chilly tonight, low 46, sunny, followed by increasing cloudiness tomorrow, a high of 68. This is KYW Philadelphia.
Omar Moreno to lead off the Pirate 8th inning. The game still tied 4-all. Moreno 1 for 2. He singled in a run in the 6th inning. Left-hander Tug McGraw's pitch to him is over for a called strike. Moreno, a left-handed batter. He'll be followed by Parker and Stargell. And the Phil's kind of fortunate to have a left-hander on the mound right now as these 3 guys come up here in the 8th inning. Moreno standing out, asking for time. 1 strike on the Pirate center fielder. Here's the windup by McGraw on the pitch. The screwball misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Center fielder Maddox shading to the left side. Here's the pitch. A line drive to right field. It is a base hit. Moreno singles in front of McBride, and the Pirate 8th inning starts with a hit. That's the Pirates' first hit off McGraw, and Moreno is going to have to be dealt with. He's out there at first base. He already has 1 steal tonight, his 69th of the year, as Dave Parker strides to the plate.
Well, they can do all kinds of things. Parker sprays the ball all over the place. He's very, very tough to defense, and Moreno, of course, can fly. So That's what I meant. That's one guy you don't want to let it get on base, and he's on. Parker, 2 out of 3 tonight. And his average up at 333. McGraw stretches. Bluffs the throw to first, and it was enough of a bluff to get Moreno to go back head first. Well, Tug doesn't throw over to first that often. He does not have a good move to first base, and he'll do that bluff throw a lot. And the runner has to go back because he doesn't know he hasn't thrown the ball. Moreno taking time to get dusted off down at first base. Warren Brewster is throwing in the Phillies bullpen. Here's the stretch by McGraw. And the pitch to Parker. A fly ball into left field. Luzinski coming in, and he catches it for the out. Parker did not hit that one well at all, and he is out on one pitch. 1 down. And here is a guy who really hammered the ball on his last at-bat. They're giving him a standing ovation. Willie Stargell. Oh, well, they should. This guy is really some kind of player. And I don't know whether he went to Lourdes or the Fountain of Youth and something in June, but since June and July, he's just been unbelievable, and he rocketed one out of here a little while ago. A 3-run shot is 27th of the year. At the time, the Pirates were trailing 2-1. Here's the pitch. It's a pitch out. He was going. Here's Boone's throw. He is out. They nailed him. Omar Moreno is caught for his stealing. Larry Boa puts the tag on, and Moreno is out. Well, he is so tough to get, and Boone smelled it coming, and the Phillies guessed right and got lucky on that. And Boone made a strong throw to Boa. It was a little bit to the left field side, but Boone had pitched out, and he was able to get enough on that throw to get the ball there in time, and Boa was able to get him, and that's a big play. So that leaves the bases empty with 2 down, and Stargell at the plate. Now Tug from the windup. Here's the pitch to Stargell, and a screwball misses. 2-0 the count. A 4-4 ball game. Pirates batting in the 8th inning. The windup by McGraw, the 2-0 pitch, foul back. 2-1 the count. This ball game filled with tension now as we get down to the late innings. As we've said before, the Pirates must win. The Phillies would like to win to get it over with. Here's the 2-1 pitch, a called strike, 2-2 on a fastball on the outside corner. Doug winds. Here's the 2-2 to Stargell. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a screwball. The Pirates are out in the 8th inning on no runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base. At the end of 8, it's still tied 4-4.
Coke-ass life, got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on in. Pour yourself some Coke Ice Cold. Coca-Cola, like I told ya, this is the sunshine on the bed. This is the better when you're refreshed. Coke-ass life, Coca-Cola ass. Life.
Well, I bit the bullet. Bought myself a new car. Don't ask what I paid for it. Just ask where I got the money. I got it from Gerard. They even lowered my interest just for having my payments automatically deducted from my checking account. Gerard approved my loan in advance, too. That way I could really shop around. Sure is a beauty. But please, don't ask what I paid for it.
Gerard Bank. We're there when you need us.
Remember last February, snowdrifts piled high, a winter wind shoveling driveways? Well, this February, join Harry Callis on Haddon Travel's 10-day trip to paradise. The trip goes to Honolulu, Kona, and Hilo for just $659. You'll leave Philadelphia on February 12th in the peak of the winter season on a scheduled United Airlines jet. You'll stay in deluxe hotels, ocean view rooms in Waikiki, transfers, baggage handling with tips. It's all included for just $659. For a free brochure, call Haddon Travel in New Jersey at 795-5550. In Pennsylvania, Walnut 3, 2816. Or write Haddon Travel at Post Office Box 5550, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08034. We go to the 9th inning, and Ted Sizemore will lead it off. Orlando Gonzalez has moved to the on-deck circle to bat for Tug McGraw. Ron Reed is up and throwing in the Phillies bullpen. Here's Sizemore. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The pitch to Size, a shot into left field, but playing him exactly the right spot is Robinson, and he grabs it for the out. Sizemore lines out to left field. That's one down. And Orlando Gonzalez will come to the plate, pinch hitting for Tug McGraw. Orlando, left-handed batter, had a key infield hit for the Phillies the other night. Gonzalez batting at 143.
Well, Tug did a super job tonight. He came in and pitched a couple good innings for the Phillies when they really needed to calm the Pirates down a little bit after they had exploded in the 6th inning. And said the other night that start for him was for that reason, to get him out there, get him some work, get his confidence back. And he threw his screwball a lot tonight, and that is his out pitch. And he just did a real fine job for the Phillies.
Reliever Kent Tekulve ready to work on Gonzalez. Here's the pitch to him. Low, ball 1. Gonzalez is 2 for 13 as a pinch hitter for the Phillies. The 1-0 pitch to Orlando. A ground ball. Base hit back the middle. Gonzalez singles up the middle to start the 9th inning with 1 away for the Phillies. Pinch single for Orlando Gonzalez, his second pinch hit of the week. That is hit number 7 for the Phillies. Back to the top of the order, and Bake McBride. Well, you can't overestimate what this guy has done tonight. Bake with a pair of 2-run doubles. He has driven in 4 runs in this ball game, the 4 that the Phillies have. Infield conference for the Pirates. The second base combination met with Tekulve, and now Berra and Stargell are meeting with Tekulve. Gonzalez at first base with 1 down. Here's Bake, 2 out of 4. He's driven in all the runs. It's a 4-4 tie, 9th inning. Bake is facing Tekulve for the first time. He did the damage against the starter, Blyleven. Stretching the pitch to Bake, swing and a miss, strike 1. One strike on left-handed batting Bake McBride. Pirate infield looking for a double play. Here's the stretch by the skinny right-hander, and the pitch to Bake is way outside. 1-1.
Tekulve is really tough, even on left-handed hitters. He comes sidearm, but he, as Andy said, he throws the ball underarm kind, and the ball really sinks, and it'll sink away from a left-handed hitter, and a lot of them will try to pull him and hit a weak ground ball to second. He's really a good pitcher.
He stretches and then steps off the rubber. Boy, the tension is so thick here you feel like you could slice it. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the 9th inning.
I hadn't noticed.
Come on, your nubs of fingers are bleeding over there. The stretch by Tekulve. Here's the 1-1 to McBride. Swing and a miss of a sinker. 1-2 the count. Boa on deck. Pirates got all their runs in 1 inning, a 4-run 6th. Phillies with 2 in the 5th, and then 2 in the 7th to tie it. Here's the stretch by the right-hander. Throw to first base. Gonzalez practically standing on the bag. Well, we mentioned earlier, Tekulve's got to be well rested. He hasn't worked since Monday night. And the way this guy's been used this year, it isn't often that he's had that many days between assignments. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He strikes out McBride. Bake goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Tekulve. 2 out in the inning. And here's Larry Boa. Larry's 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. Boa facing Tekulve for the first time. Kent walking back now to talk with second baseman Phil Garner. Just in front of the bag.
What they're going to do is they're going to talk about the way Tekulve wants to pitch Boa, and that'll help Tavares and Garner decide who's going to cover second in case the Phillies let Gonzalez set sail. The Phillies will run a lot with 2 out, and the Pirates know that, and they just want to make sure they have their signal set on who's going to cover.
DeCalvi back on the rubber and ready to work. Now he steps off. Boa has lost a point off his average tonight. It's 297 right now. The pitch to him grounded but foul first base side. A high bouncer goes into the stands. Strike 1 on Larry Boa. Still another game to follow. But that game will be meaningless if the Phils can win this one. If the Pirates win this first game, added significance in the second, and it'll be Steve Carlton against Bruce Keeson. Throw to first, a soft lod throw. Gonzalez hardly any lead at all. Orlando's aboard following a pinch single batting for McGraw. There are 2 outs in the inning. We're in the 9th. It's tied 4-4. Here's the stretch by DeCalvi. Pitch to Boa. Pop fly into shallow center. Coming hard. Moreno. He's there for the running catch. Boa's out on a looper to center. And the Phillies are retired in the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the last of the 9th. All even, 4-4.
Your Lincoln Mercury dealer is proud to introduce the Lincoln Versailles for 1979. Versailles, the pride of owning a Lincoln, distilled to a 110-inch wheelbase. New for 79 is a choice of elegant roof designs that make Versailles more of a personal luxury car than ever before. Included as standard equipment, you'll find the convenience of speed control and an electronic entertainment system. See and test drive the 79 Lincoln Versailles now at your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Hey, Culligan man.
You know who's the world's #1 water treatment company? Of course, it's Culligan, with dealerships in 100 countries. Your local Culligan man is the world's expert at solving water conditioning needs. If your tap water has a funny mineral taste or chlorine smell, call your local Culligan man for a free water analysis. It doesn't matter if you're on city water or well water. There's no obligation. By the way, you can buy or rent a Culligan unit. Call your local Culligan man and start enjoying Culligan conditioned water for your whole family.
The pitch for the Phillies, their third hurler of the night, Ron Reed, and it's been a very busy week for Reed. Ron was in all 4 of the home games in the Montreal series, and in that series, he got 1 victory and saved 2 ball games. The only game in which he was not involved in the decision was the one the Phillies lost, 3-0. So very busy Ron Reed will come on and work. Reed is appearing in game number 65. He has won 3 and lost 3. His earned run average 2.25, and he has 16 saves. Ed Ott will lead it off for the Pirates, left-handed batter. Ott is 1 out of 3. The windup by Reed and the pitch to Ott, lined out of play on the left side, strike 1. Ott is batting at .266. 4 runs and 7 hits for the Phils. 4 runs and 8 hits for the Pirates. The 1 strike to Ott. A bouncer off the plate, foul, 0-2 the count. Ott to be followed by Robinson and Berra. The Pirates got all 4 of their runs in the 6th. The big blow, a 3-run homer by Stargell. The other run was knocked in by Moreno. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Outside, 1-2 the count. Oh, it's unbelievable, but it's been almost a month and a half since the Pirates have been defeated in this ballpark. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Right center field, Gary Maddox. And they drop it. It goes between them. It goes between them. Here goes Ott to third base. And he slides safely. The ball gets loose. It goes into the dugout. Here comes Ott. He scores, and the Pirates win the game. A mix-up in the outfield between McBride and Maddox. The ball fell in between them, and Ott goes all the way around to score. Pirates win the game 5-4. They'll probably score that. A triple and an error. But the Pirates have won the ball game as Ed Ott circled the bases on a bloop fly ball that fell in amongst them in the outfield.
watching the replay on that ball was unbelievable what happened in a game like this. McBride called the ball all the way, and at the last second, for some reason, he just stopped. He had the ball called all the way, and Gary Maddox was not going to catch it, and then all of a sudden he just looked at Maddox, and Maddox was not there. And the ball bounced, and then Gary threw the ball in, and it got by Schmidt, went in the dugout, and that is just an unbelievable way to end the game. But the Phillies still have another game left tonight.
Well, we'll check and find out. They're ruling a triple as we suspected, and there is an error. We're not sure who the error is on. The ball, error center fielder, they're flashing up right now. The error will be on Gary Maddox on the throw, which eluded Mike Schmidt. It went into the Pirate dugout, or into the Phillies dugout, I should say, and Ott just kept right on going and scored the winning run in this ball game. All right, let's sum up the ninth inning. For Pittsburgh, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left on base. The Pirates win game 1, 5-4. Their 23rd consecutive victory at home. We'll be back with the wrap-up in just a moment.
Charlie, this is so exciting. A big limousine and all. Oh, you know the neatest places. Now what are we going to see?
Just the greatest new combo in town.
Feeling good at Gino's.
Here we are at Gino's, but where's the great combo?
Feast your eyes, my dear, on Gino's all-new salad combos.
Salad combo?
Of course, my pet. We make our own salad right here at Gino's Make-It-Yourself salad bar.
It looks yummy.
And then they team it up with our choice of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, sure, from that cute Colonel.
Or Gino's Crispy Fish.
Crunchy, crunchy.
Or Gino's Super Sirloiner.
Mmm.
And, baby, these salad combos are only available at Gino's.
Charlie, you sure know how to treat a girl.
I try.
Feeling good at Gino's.
Well, the Phils were not able to get the job done here in game 1, a tension-filled ball game that was close all the way, and unfortunately, a mistake beat them as the fly ball by Ed Ott that should have been caught by Bake McBride fell safely between McBride and Maddox on a mix-up in the outfield. And when the relay from Maddox got by Schmidt and rolled to the Phillies dugout, Ott was able to score, and the ball game is history as the Pirates win number 1, 5-4. But remember, for the Pirates to be successful, they must win the weekend, and the Phillies still need 1 ball game. The lead is at 2.5, and the magic number remains at 2. Now, we've been told that the second ball game is going to begin at 8:50, and so we are going to send it back to the stations for 20 minutes between games. We will return it to the network affiliates for 20 minutes between ball games. But first, before we do that and give you the totals, let's call in Chris for another comment on this one. And Chris, it was incredible here, the tension in this ball game. And the way the Pirates came on to win their 23rd at home is something the Phillies won't soon forget.
Well, I guess they've been doing a lot of this. To win 23 games at home, we'd heard that they had played very, very well, and they've been getting the clutch hit, and everything's going their way, and that's just what happened in that game. Willie started with a big 3-run homer, and then the Phillies just totally messing up a play in the ninth inning. It's an inexcusable thing what happened. You just can't do that, and that's what happened, and the Pirates took advantage of it, and they win the first game and give themselves a little momentum, and the Phillies just have to win the second game and just stop their momentum. That's all.
All right, here are the totals in game 1. The Pirates had 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 3 men on base. The Phillies had 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 7 men left on base. The reliever, Kent Tekulve, is the winner. He is 7-7. Ron Reed is a hard-luck loser in this ball game. He is 3-4. Reed just came to work in the ninth inning, and really, there should have been nothing but a fly ball out after that fly ball that dropped into right center field. So Ed Ott turns out to be a hero in this ball game, and for the moment at least, Bake McBride and Gary Maddox will have to turn out to be the goats of this ball game. A 5-4 victory for the Pirates. A game played in 2 hours and 11 minutes, and the magic number remains at 2. We're going to be sending it back now, following our network cue, to the local stations for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and then we'll pick it up for the description of Game 2. Harry Check has been our engineer for tonight's game. Our executive producer, Steve Silverman. Phillies Baseball, a presentation of the Philadelphia Phillies. For Harry Callis, Rich Ashburn, and Chris Wheeler, Andy Musser saying so long for a few minutes from Three Rivers Stadium. The final again in Game 1, Pittsburgh 5, Philadelphia 4. This is the Phillies Baseball Network.
This is News Radio in the Delaware Valley, KYW 1060, Philadelphia. We'll return to Pittsburgh for the start of the second game in about 20 minutes. I'm Steve Craig. The top story at this hour is the arrivals in Rome of the Cardinals of the Church for the funeral of Pope John Paul I and the job of finding his successor. Details in a moment. In other news, tens of thousands of mourners continue to file past the body of the late Pope. Religious leaders in Philadelphia have condemned recent campaign tactics by Mayor Rizzo. Israeli Prime Minister Begin has been committed to a hospital at his own request. He would only say he did not feel well. KYW News Time, 8:26. The Roman Catholic Church has again set into motion the ancient rites of prayer and public mourning for the late Pope John Paul I. And the process of choosing the next pope is beginning as the members of the College of Cardinals travels to Rome from around a shocked and surprised world. Here in Philadelphia, a special mass was held at the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, at which John Cardinal Kroll officiated. KYW reporter Richard Maloney has this.
In the Basilica of St. Peter and Paul, there was an eerie feeling of deja vu. It was the same hour, the same people, the same occasion, only 8 weeks ago. John Cardinal Kroll eulogizing a dead pope. The last time was Pope Paul VI, this time John Paul I.
He was almost timid, amiable, and yet, as the people of the northern section of Dolomites, he was known as a man of having singleness of purpose, a firmness, gentle but firm, a determination. And this was evident in so many of his writings and so many of the positions which he had taken. He was not an unknown quantity.
The Basilica was packed for the noon-hour Mass with office workers and others who traveled into the city to participate. Among the faithful, there was still a great sense of shock, bordering on disbelief, at the death of the Pope whom they had liked from the first moment. As Cardinal Kroll said, a Pope of such great promise. This is Richard Maloney, KYW News Radio.
Pope John Paul reigned for only 34 days. Church leaders and laymen of all denominations have expressed their sorrow at the Pope's untimely death. Among them, Portland, Oregon Bishop Walt Schmidt.
It was a terrible shock, of course. We had our audience with him just a week ago. We spent an hour and a half talking to him, and he seemed to be in very good health, and he seemed to enjoy his visit with us, and he spent an extraordinary amount of time, as a matter of fact.
Joe Escovedo, a New York City resident, saw more than the loss of a leader in the Pope's death.
I really think something like this is going to open many people's eyes towards religion now. The two deaths came too close, and I don't think the world is ready for something like this yet.
New Yorker Joe Escovedo. Father Thomas Gunther of the Camden Archdiocese says the world over believes that Pope Paul was a man who captured the spirit of the times. Philadelphia Mayor Rizzo joined in the praise in saying Pope John Paul had won the hearts of the world, Catholic and non-Catholic alike. One longtime friend of the Pope said he had a history of frail health and that he might have worked himself to death. The Reverend Mario Senigallia, secretary to the Pope, says of John Paul, evidently, of late, he had to undergo efforts and tension that he probably could not physically stand. A steady stream of tens of thousands of mourners from the highest to the lowly are filing past the Pope's body as it lies in state beneath a fresco of angels in the Vatican's marble Clementine Hall, a few doors away from the bedroom in which he died. The Cardinals of the Church are gathering in Rome to select a successor to Pope John Paul. Speculation centers on 5 Italians, but Cardinal Koenig of Vienna says he believes a non-Catholic pope is very likely at this time.